We Marshall, little bit of weed, hot liquor. There. Right, I got there. uh, get all those in there. Uh, right, though, I can't read titles. Gotta get it right. um, hmm. Oh, we use Gandhi again. So, right, I do. Do, 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 do. Right, that looks about it. I do. There, we've got it on there. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Everything's good. Nice. Hello. Oh, big shout out. Big shout out. Big shout outs to the first in. We've got Logical, got Chills, we've got Charlie Roses in early. I hope you guys are well. It's a bit chilly out here today. It's been quite warm, isn't it? The weather in the UK has been quite pleasant over the last few days, but this morning it's grey, it's dull, it's overcast. It's just dreary. One of those dreary days, right? I don't know if it's like that where you are, guys, in the UK. Hello, Jax. Welcome in. Hope you're well. Yeah, so finally the Psy-Op's over. The Fartemis foul is completely over now, right? They touched down or something. I haven't even been paying attention to it because the first images I see and the launch, it was over. Anyone with an actual half a brain, just from watching the launch, you should be going, nah, this ain't legit. Just from the launch. The rest of it is just nonsense then, isn't it, afterwards? So, you know, the same old tricks, the same old MO, the same old nonsense, the same old CGI moons, same old CGI Earths, all composites. None of them are actual photographs. You know, they never put the camera, show it through the portholes behind them. They're always covered up, just like it is on the ISS. Exactly the same setup. 4 astronauts standing in front of a fucking camera, yeah, in a little capsule, right? They might as well still be in the ISS. Just change the interior a little bit. That's all they've done. That's all they've done. It's all just a bunch of nonsense. It's a huge distraction. And what is the big distraction? Why? What did I say to you? They're ramping up the distraction game. Why? Because people are waking up to the fact that they don't live on a spinning ball. This is the whole point of everything that they're doing right now. Because people become so aware of it. Like, first they brought out the Epstein files, right? It kind of, you know, because they want to shift your focus. They want to shift your focus from real knowledge and real actually knowing what you are and where you are, right? They want to shift that onto like Epstein files. You know, that's what they're trying to do. And then that didn't work. So what do? They try and start World War III. And then what do? Doesn't work. Like, people are still going, well, yeah, well, don't give a fuck about the war. We ain't living on a spinning globe. And then what? Oh, let's suddenly send people back to the moon. Come on, man. Don't you see what's going on here? Epstein times war times space Artemis foul. It equals Psy-Op. It equals distraction. That's all it is. It's to get your focus. That's all it's all about. As soon as they got your focus and they can install that fear into you, that's it. It's over. It's over, guys. For anyone that falls for that. So that's the way I see it. I see the whole lot as a massive... I did say we live in Psy-Ops within Psy-Ops within Psy-Ops, right? And that's exactly what's happening right now. They're up in the Psy-Op game. They're up in the distraction game. Because, you know, I think, you know, what did I say? I said, when people... Don't you get it? When people wake up, they've got to reset it, right? They've got to reset it. When people's minds start opening up and start going, hang on, I don't believe we're on this spinning ball with water attached to it, going nowhere, you know, in this infinite space void. You know, it starts. The more you think about it, you know, and you start looking at it with an open mind a bit, you start thinking, well, this is completely ridiculous, isn't it? No one lives there. No one lives in this. So what are they? If they're prepared to do this, they're prepared to go all the way, guys. You know, we got to be pretty aware and vigilant about what's going on at the moment, because it's just a massive distraction game, huge. And they're going to keep upping it till 2030. You do realise this, right? They're going to keep upping it, turning the screw. This is what they do, man. This is what they do. It's a distraction game. They don't want you looking and researching for real knowledge. and finding out where you really are. Because once you find out where you really are, then their whole stack of cards just falls down instantly. But the thing is, it works on most people. This distraction game, because they're locked into their phones and computers constantly, the distraction game works on these feeble, weak minds. It really does. It's simple. It's quite simple for them. You know, you get these idiots with a brain attention span of fucking 10 seconds. These people are easy. They're gullible. They're idiots. They yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full, sir, kind of people, right? Everybody's looking at screens. Yeah, that's what it's right. That's what it's about, Jax. They wanted everybody looking at those screens. They want everyone looking at that screens and taking it all in, and because it's just a mini TV, isn't it? What you're holding in your hand is a miniature television that you can literally take around everywhere with you and watch TV and get programmed and brainwashed constantly all the time. Like Thursdays and Saturdays. That's why I only do 2 days, and I do quite a long time. I mean, 3.5 hours. I think some people say, no, that's short, man. I think that's nothing. That's enough for me. 6 hours, 7 hours a week, right? Doing this, what I do. As I said, it's like therapy, but doing this, what I do, that's enough. That's enough. After I get off of here, I'm not thinking about people on the internet, and things going on the internet. No, I'm living actual life, reality, right? So, yeah. Auto suggestion. Yeah, it's all bollocks, Scotty. It really is, man. The Greek mythology, Artemis is the goddess of the hunt, yeah, wilderness and childbirth. Who, along with a brother Apollo, yeah, is the bringer of sudden death, yeah, plague and disease. She traditionally, yeah. I read that the other day, actually. Hey, what's up, Shlo? What's up, Jim? So yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. They're ramping it up. They're ramping it up to such a level that it's hard for people not to get hooked in. Right? It's hard. And when you're talking like World War Threes and nuclear bombs and Trump's posting pictures of resets and saying it needs to be reset, and that's what we've been saying for a long, long time. Exactly the same thing, and it's all playing out right now. It's all playing out right in front of you right now. Never watched the launched and never ever sub to Jaren. You do. Dan is the winner. Dan's the winner with everything. He didn't watch the launch and he never subbed to Jaren. So extra 10 points there for Dan. Round of applause. Dan definitely wins. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents. It's like, guys, it's pretty obvious, right? When you're looking at it, it's pretty obvious what they're doing. I mean, look at the order: Epstein, World War III, back to the moon. Come on, man. What, right now? I wonder why all this is happening right now. They've lost control, mate. They've lost control of people's minds, right? And they're trying to get it back. They're trying their hardest. Wormwood comes from the sky and poisons fresh water, makes it bitter. Yeah, I heard something about the wormwood. Witsit's back, and how much does he want? Witsit's back. How much does he want this? Probably another 10k. Chill. It's always that number, isn't it? They like the 10k number. They like that. Like, yeah. Let's set up a GoFundMe for 10k. It's always 10k, isn't it? Always a nice little 10k. So yeah. Witsit's back. The Wild Army bigger. Hey, what's up? Right, let me just hold up. We got Gaz in, man. Hold up. Let me just. There you go, Gaz. I've just made you blue, sir. There you go. Awesome stuff. Yeah, Gaz is the guy from the wild. You know the wild. You know the guy that goes out and does all the adventures and shows us all the underground stuff, the tunnels, and you know all the melt stuff and fused bricks and all this sort of funky stuff. But it's like an adventure, right? And yeah, big shout out to Gaz in the. Everyone shout out Gaz in the chat. The Wild Army, man. Big shout out. Big shout out. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. Don't worry about on a plane. Honor. I know he's just Honor's playing, man. Honor's got a super wrench so he can. Yeah, big shout out to Gaz, man. Awesome stuff. Where's your next adventure, Gaz? Where's it gonna be? Where's the next adventure, man? Been looking forward to it. I still think, what was the best one? I think the best. I can't. What was the one when you went into that place and it was like a circle of like all these tunnels, like, and they were all of them were fenced off. They were all like gated off, all of them, but they could have went anywhere, right? Hello, good morning, Liv. Just heading to Dudley. Okay, cool, good stuff, awesome stuff. The graveyard one, yeah, the sunken graveyard one. That was crazy, Jax, wasn't it? I thought that was really crazy, like the way it kind of just went down, and you had all this old sorts. Yeah, the graveyard was really cool, man. I like the one with the little house next to it as well. Do you remember when he's walking down and you had all those little cottages? You had this big rise up that come up and everything was like tunneled into. Man, great stuff, man. Great stuff. It's great to have Gaz in, man. Awesome. Crazy realm out there. Sure is, brother. Sure is. Just trying to make sense of it now with all this Psy-Ops going on, Gaz, at the moment. What they're doing to distract minds and the length they're willing to go to distract the mind to get them focused on a bunch of nonsense, really, right? Because that's what they want. They want your focus. They want your attention. That's the most important thing. So yeah, it looks like just a massive Psy-Op. Always give you a shout out and it's wicked, dude. Yeah, it's a pleasure to play your stuff. It really is, because I was looking for someone. I found a Scots dude that was going, but he doesn't really make a lot of videos. But I was looking for someone that goes on these adventures, and I come across your channel, and it was perfect. I was like, yeah, and you're a likable chap as well. So it was just like, yeah, man, it fits perfect into the show. Right, guys, it's getting kind of top of the hour. I can shout you all out, sorry. Right, let's get this going today, because we've got quite a few vids to go through. I'm only going to play 7 minutes of music today, then we're going to get straight onto the videos because there's quite a few to get through. Yeah, we've got a few luckies as well in there that we got to get through. We've got a Lev in there, a new Lev. We've got Tommy Rogers in there. Oh, we've got Jake TV. Hold on, let me just... It's a bit spicy. Jake GTV, he's been missing for a while because his content's a bit on the edge, but it's comedy, right? So he can get away with it. Get away with it. Right. Get to... Right, let's start here. On the intro. Right, I'm just going to make a coffee, guys. I'll be back in a second. Guys. I say guys all the time. There's nothing wrong with saying guys. I say it all the time. It's like a general term, isn't it, for everybody? Instead of saying chaps and ladies or ladies and gentlemen, and you know, it's just like it's kind of just... I say it all the time, man. And people like, you say guys all the time. Yeah, it's the same thing, man. But I just keep saying it. It doesn't really.
If it's part of the show.
Right, I'm gonna grab a coffee, guys.
Welcome to the show. If you don't know, it's part of the show. Then they teach you to reach for the stars while opening up the bars and keeping you chained down with mortgage bills and cars. Vaccines for your arms, kids sounding like supercharged, caffeinated hate-filled scars and rage-quit repertoires. No answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even yours. Imposter truths like impeccable retards, lined up for your serving of Gish Gallop and wars. No remedy can save the lost, in love with the yarn. I'm tired of walking into refracted shards, poor science displayed by disgusting bards. Soaked in sin with your dupe is delight in a new hand of cards. Been so long, seems like for love I'm just too hard, I'm just too hard. I said, welcome to the show, where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know. Intoxicated eight makes you believe you're spinning in space while you have no shame or grace. It's a disdainful state I used to contemplate, how to save myself from my own self-hate. Wonder why I was even made with a dreadful fate, forced to try and awake with a full plate. No one to help me stay awake or educate. I've had to liberate and fight through hidden gates, but my brother, heaven could never be late, and rockets don't work in space. It's all fake, the show is on Mars. It's a joke, but you're too far gone, it won't be long. Fepe's beak is strong. We have our song and we march along like streams of knowledge leading to God's holy pond, and lives of truth that hits the bong and sings the song, turns mankind from the wrong. We come in peace with a holy gown and all of us wearing our holy crowns. So the earth is flat and we probably just won't get along, just to go along. I said, welcome to the show, where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know.
Okay. I think it's about that time. Top of the hour. Right, let's get cracking. I'll put this another Star Wars, the non-binary edition too, is on there just for a little laugh. It's quite, it does, mate. Like, I'm not gonna tell you. Right, let's start from here. Is Jim and this sky observation right here. Big shout out to Jim. The great shot about this. Hold on, let me just take that back. Let me just take that back, because this is one of the tricks that NASA uses. All right, let's try and get a pause on it. Right. Are you looking up or are you looking down? You think you're looking down, you would think you're looking down, right? And this is like from space looking down at the Earth. But in reality, he's looking up. But this kind of gives it away in the corner, but I'll show you a different shot where it kind of goes. Kind of change the angle a bit so it's tough to... There is a bit here. This is one of the tricks I use though. It just reverse the image. There it is. You wouldn't know if you're looking down or up, would you? So for me, it looks like you're looking down, and this is the top of the clouds, right? It's one of the tricks they use. But really, they're on the ground looking up. But that looks like you could be up above it looking down. It's one of those little tricks to be aware of. Shout out to Jim. Excusez-moi. Oh, this image here is 100% composite. It's not a photograph. You can clearly see the red, like it's the wishy-washy kind of moon surface, right? This is 100% a composite. It isn't real photography. So is the Earth. It's all CGI. If you can't tell that, there's something wrong with you. So why would you take this as a legit image in the first place? It's completely ridiculous. I mean, they've suddenly got the size of the Earth right. I mean, go and have a look at the other ones when they're in this position over the moon and the Earth's are tiny here. So what, did the Earth suddenly grow 6 times bigger, did it? From like 30 years ago when they forgot about the scale? You know, when you're looking from the Earth to the moon, it looks like a circle right in the sky. Right, it's a certain size, but we know the Earth's 5 times bigger. So if you was on the moon looking back at the Earth would look 5 times bigger than what they showed us, because they showed us the Earth the same size as the moon from the moon's position, right? Because they're idiots. They just don't think of these things. But now they kind of got it right. Suddenly the Earth's grown. It's okay. Just go back and look. This is BS, 100%. If you can't tell there's something wrong with you, it's obvious, right? Not a real image, not a real photograph. A composite, CGI composite, so it's fake. It's end of story. There's no debating. Get over it. You've been duped. You've been lied to on a massive scale. They sent this out on April's Fool's Day, which is massive mockery. You know, but if you can't see it and you're in it, that's your fault. You need to open your eyes a little bit. And your mind, actually. I mean, come on, guys. This is ridiculous. I don't know, Dave. You've got to be slightly retarded. You have to be, right? There's no... What's this? Oh, God. It's terrible. Absolutely. Look at this. Dave literally did a better job than NASA did. Yeah. Dave's literally chilling on the moon. Dave, what you should do an AI of zooming into one of these craters, right? Keep zooming in, Dave, and then have you sitting there on a deck chair, right? Sunglasses, smoking a bifter. just on the moon. That's what needs to happen, actually.
Finally, this is a group of social criminals. These people in the space program. Nassholes, I call them.
That's one of the best lines. Honestly, that's one of the best lines that you're ever going to hear. These
on this earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. And not up around the North Pole, because it's getting crowded up there now, because they find out it's really usable, not only to live in, but militarily. The people of this world are unable to see that the sky is a perfect clock. It tells us where we live and proves that we don't live on a ridiculous, wet, lumpy, spinning space rock in an impossible expanding universe.
Well done, AI. Well done.
It's time to learn the truth and take our world back from the people that have stolen it from us. Get the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app and free your mind from the heliocentric globe lie.
I don't think you need this app to free your mind, though, Dave. Come on. No, I didn't have this app when I freed my mind. You got to be honest with that, Dave. You know, you just say maybe purchase my app. I'll be much appreciated. That'll probably go down a lot better than purchase my app if you want a real knowledge and wake up. Just saying. It's up to Dave what he does, though, you know. Good stuff, though. Dave is bringing out quite a lot of videos on this Artemis 2 stuff. So
what kind of outdated crap is this?
This is
put me in the spotlight and not respect my gender.
You've got this, mate. Oh. Go and check out Jabian or something. Tajabian. I don't know how you pronounce that. Like Tazarian, isn't it? Remember that dude back in the day, Tajabian?
Put me in the spotlight and not respect my gender.
Listen to what he calls Anakin.
That's always been done in the history of humanity. It's offensive.
Calm down, Tranakin. You have been...
When I heard that, I was in fits of laughter. I actually, I said, what did he say? You have to rewind it and go like, what did he say?
Tranakin, you have been...
What did he say? This is what he says.
It's offensive.
Calm down, Tranakin. You...
Calm down, Tranakin. I mean, that's hilarious. Calm down, Tranakin.
My gender. That's always been done in the history of humanity. It's offensive.
Calm down, Tranakin. You have been granted a small mercy. To be on the council despite your mental health, it's never happened before. The fact of the matter is you're too intimate with the Chancellor. The council doesn't like it when he fucks you in plain sight.
I swear to you, I didn't ask to be born a male.
But it's what you are.
Oh, God.
Palpaqueen's private body explore lessons with you seem to have paid off.
Don't judge me like that.
The only reason the council hasn't had you committed to a psychiatric hospital is because the Chancellor trusts you.
And?
Tranakin, I didn't want to see you gaslight yourself into depression.
What's this about?
Tranakin, this is so funny.
The council wants you to report on all of the Chancellor's mental disorders. They want to know what he will identify as.
They want me to assume the Chancellor? That's discrimination.
We are at war, Anakin.
Why didn't the Council give me this assignment when we were in session?
This assignment is not to be on record.
The Chancellor is not a cis man, Obi-Wan. They befriended me. They gave me hormone pills ever since I arrived here.
This is why you must wake up. Tranakin, our allegiance is based on biology, not to a queer leader who has managed to change his gender long after his pronouns have expired.
They change their pronouns only once a week.
Imagine what happens if he identifies as a Sith Lord.
You're asking me to do something
Imagine what he does. What will happen if he identifies as a Sith Lord? That's hilarious.
against my safe space. Against the queers, against my gender-fluid friend. Your white privilege is what's out of place. Why are you asking this of me?
You roll-ups. Got to stop smoking
I'm asking
roll-ups.
my old friend.
Sometimes I wonder what's happening to my body. I think this discrimination against queers shouldn't be
I can't
allowed.
take it in the makeup.
Have you ever considered that you are just confused?
What do you mean?
What if social media has brainwashed my husband, and the society has become the very evil we have been fighting to destroy?
I don't believe that. And you're sounding like a fascist.
When was that
This
coming?
society
Yeah.
represents a failure in thinking. Now you're closer to the gay chancellor than anyone. Please ask him to stop this agenda and let common sense resume.
Don't discriminate me like this. Say anything like this in public and you'll be canceled in no time.
What is it?
Nothing.
Don't do this. Don't go to a hormone therapy like the chancellor.
God, I love this
Come
shit.
back. Hold me like you did by the lake on Naboo. So long ago when common sense wasn't canceled. No nakeds on the street, no anxiety, no brain rot.
Oh, it's too funny, man. Oh, he's done loads of this stuff, man. I'm gonna put one on every show. They're quite short, so it's just a bit of fun.
Here we are on the official NASA website, looking at their so-called Earth images.
Look at the state of that. If that's real.
Let's download this one. Now let's go back and grab the 2002 Blue Marble. They've got
More
two
nonsense.
versions. We'll take the second one. Now remember, these are straight from NASA's own site. No edits, no tricks. Let's put them side by side. Look closely at the cloud patterns. Not just similar, identical. Same formations, same swirls, same structures, just rotated and repositioned on the globe.
Yeah.
So
I
what are
see
we
it.
supposed to...
Yeah. So that there is like this here. That line's there. You can see it, the wishy-washy bit there. Yeah, so they've literally taken that pattern and just turned the globe slightly and sploshed it all on there.
believe here?
But these, what's the years distance apart from these two? Quite a lot, right? So, as I said, it's pure fakery. Absolute. Every image of the globe is fake. Every single one.
Cloud systems froze in place across different images, or that the same texture was reused.
Yeah, it's exactly the
Because what we're
same.
seeing isn't natural variation, it's duplication.
Yeah.
They've taken the same cloud layer, shifted it, rotated it, and presented it as a completely different
Yeah.
image.
It's
At
not
what
even,
point do we
they
stop
haven't even done a
calling
good
this
job.
Composite
In fact, they haven't even
imagery
bothered trying to hide
and
it.
start calling it what it looks like, bullshit.
Yeah.
If these are real photographs, why reuse cloud patterns at all? This isn't a minor detail. This goes to the core of
It's
credibility.
a huge thing.
Because once you see it, you can't
It's a huge
unsee
thing
it.
because if it's real, why would you have to go to these extents? If it's real, why can't you just take a picture, an actual photograph, instead of making these stupid composites up and layering over clouds in globes that are years apart? Exactly the same pattern and globe, and it's ridiculous. As I say, if it was real, you wouldn't have to do none of this.
The word flat Earth, the idea of flat Earth, is so thick in the ether right now. You can't get away from it. You know, it's like when the
And that's a fact, right? And what you're seeing now, the things being played out now, is because of this. It's because of this subject. Because they know when people wake up to the fact that not on a spin, it starts to crash. Everything starts to go. Maybe that's what they want to do to reset it. Maybe that's their plan, to reset it.
sewing machine was made.
They could reset it and then start telling the truth about where we are, but you're still under some sort of slavery, bondage thing going on with the government, right? They might in the future reset it and tell you, yeah, no, you're on a flat earth, blah, 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 blah. But unfortunately, you can't go here, here, and here. This is off limits and blah, blah, blah. All this sort of stuff, right? Restricted movement, and that's in the long distant future.
invented by like a dozen people all across the world at the same time, because the idea, the need, the thoughts were out there. Flat Earth is out there. Like, you go up to anybody in 2014 or earlier and say, "You ever think the Earth is flat?" They're gonna go, "You're a friggin' idiot. Go to school. Get out of your mother's basement." Now, you go to anybody outside who goes,
when it first hit, and it was kind of new, 2014, 15, right, on the internet, YouTube. Yeah, everyone got a lot of ridicule, but it is what it is. Once you understand this, once you understand the physics of water, it's over. It's completely over. Like, it doesn't matter what they tell you, what they, theoretical science and theoretical mathematics and theories of why water sticks to spinning balls. Once you understand the actual physics of water, it's over. It's impossible for water to stick to a spinning ball. You just know it. You don't need maths or what about the theory of gravity? It's a theory, you moron. What about the actual physics of water that are right in front of you that are telling you this stuff needs to be contained? What about that? It's right in front of you. It's in your reality. Fuck the theory. What about reality that's right in front of you? Nah, man, you just gotta...
"What do you think of flat Earth?" You got over a 50% chance the person goes, "I've heard some things. I still think the Earth is a globe, but I've heard some things." Right. What do you know? Right? That's what you're going to get. Okay? It's out there. We are at the tipping point. At the tipping point.
I agree with that. I think, we're actually at that point. That's why you're seeing everything played out the way it is right now. And they're going to keep, as I say, keep saying to you, they're going to keep ramping it up to 2030. It's just going to get more chaotic, more insane. There might be that little calm before the storm. After these 3 Psy-Ops that have been played on humanity, playing out right now, each one to cover up the one before, but they're all together covering up. You live on a flat plane, and people waking up to it. That's what it's all really about. Again, your attention and focus. Epstein files. We're given the Epstein files. That would take them off the focus of. Nope, not working. Okay, World War III. Doesn't seem to be working. Okay, let's send someone back to the moon. No, that's not working either. So what are they going to do next?
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
So 1959.
Well, I imagine.
Okay, so that first image was 1959, I think. And the second globe was 2002, was it? So there's a massive years difference between those two, right? And for them to have exactly the same cloud formations, as I say, it's telling you everything. That these people at NASA, or even just the government in general and governments in general, how far are now willing? How far are they willing to go? This is what it's going to come down to.
Earth and the planets go around the sun, don't you? That's the story.
So, this is Earth as we've been taught to think of it right in childhood, right?
The zestiest brother you're ever going to see. Good one, Sky Free. Good one. We've been talking about this for years, right? The daily programming on the news and other organisations of, ding, 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 6 o'clock news, right? You know, the countdown, hypnotising you down to a spinning globe. BBC News, 6 o'clock. They've been doing it since you was a kid. It's in all the movies.
As we've been taught to think of it.
Because they own it all, right? They own everything.
Right, in childhood, right.
There you go, it's Universal. That's Universal. This one's the BBC. No, that's Universal. Where's the BBC one? Universal. This is what we used to have.
all day long, beating you over the head.
Yeah, I'm sure I just see a BBC one in there, and the next time it played, it didn't play it. Ain't crazy? I'm sure I see a BBC.
Think of it, right, in childhood, right.
Universal. Universal. Okay, crazy. Universal. Universal.
All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what.
I must have hallucinated then. I must have had a flashback, because I'm sure I'll see a BBC come up with the globe.
Believe what to think.
Damn.
Okay, now let's get one thing straight. The Earth is round. You know it. I know it. The Earth.
No, you don't know it. No one knows it. You're lying, moron.
Is round. As
you can see here by this CGI picture, or this image, this stupid composite on the wall right here, it's round. Oh, gosh. People are so dumb. So dumb. Lap it up. Gullible morons.
It's round.
Yeah, keep lapping it up. Keep lapping it up.
It is not difficult to know.
This psychopath, complete psychopath, you can just see it. Absolute loony bin.
That the Earth is round.
It looks round.
Yeah. Shut up, you Masonic moron.
It is round.
No, it isn't.
Round. Yeah. Like.
And this is all the programming for the kids. This is all programming for the children, right? Sesame Street and...
It's a circle. That's right. Someone once told me time is a flat circle.
He started saying, I'm using laws of math and physics to show Earth is flat. Those are fighting words. You're going to say using math and physics?
Shut your weak ass up, Neil deGrasse Tyson. You think it's okay for fucking boys to be in girls' spaces? That's what you think, Neil deGrasse. No one cares what you say anymore, you clown. You think it's okay for men, biological men, to compete against females? You complete moron. No one gives a shit what you say.
That is an alarm to the geek.
In fact, I don't care so much. I'm going to fast forward him. I'm just going to fast forward Neil deGrasse, because no one actually really gives two shits about what this moron says.
An alarm to the that we must ride.
No, get your weak ass off.
Code red science emergency. So I'm gonna have to do something I rarely do. I gotta hit the science panic button.
Science emergency defense program initiated.
The Earth isn't flat.
Okay, now let's see. How do we go about proving that?
One of the things you can see yourself with a pair of binoculars is if you actually go out to a lake and there are boats on that lake.
Yes, and this is why I love Sky 3. This is why I love Sky 3, because she's just digging herself a hole now, this woman. You go out to the sea and you look at the boat, it goes down a hole first over the curvature of the Earth. Okay. So we can then zoom that back in and show that it's not going anywhere, for one. But two, if you scale that down, what Sky 3's doing right now, you're going to see, right, in a contained pond or tiny little lake, 1,000 foot by 1,000 foot contained piece of water. We know that water surface is dead level, right? The camera 1 inch above the surface, 2 inches above the surface, and you get exactly the same effects as if you was looking, she's saying, if you look at sea. And so you're telling me that this 1,000 foot lake has got curvature on it? It's an optical effect, right? This is what we've been trying to tell you people for such a long time. You either don't want to see it, or you're just going along with the bullshit. It's very simple. This Sky 3 does it on a small scale and you get exactly the same effects. And we know the water's perfectly level, right? It's a tiny little contained bit of water.
The farther away a boat is...
Yeah, it'd be just like your pond, right? Like your little pond you got. Just a bigger version of your pond.
The more the bottom of the boat will disappear.
Right, so this is what you get in on a smaller scale. Exactly the same effects. Exactly.
Basically just see the mast of the boat. And as a boat goes farther and farther away, the last thing you will see is the very top of the mast of that boat. And that's because the boat is actually going over the horizon that's
lying. What, so the horizon's like 3 miles out, is it? That's a tiny little ball Earth, right? That's a tiny little Earth. 5 mile horizon curve. It's curving from... Shut up. What about from left to right? Where's the curve from left to right in these? Oh, it just doesn't exist.
Curved. That wouldn't happen if the Earth were flat. You would simply
She's
see
digging herself a massive hole now. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't understand perspective. She's just regurgitating the bollocks.
the boat getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
And this is on a small scale, right? There's no curvature, or
As it went farther away,
no curvature
you'd be
in
able
this
to see
lake.
the whole thing with the same proportions.
There you go.
The fact is, of course, that the light rays from the lower part of the ship are no longer reaching the shore.
One and a half inches. There you go. This is just a globe killer. This does it for me. Because it's scaled down and giving you exactly the same optical effect than what you see when you're looking at the sea. It's exactly the same fucking thing. Oh, it's disappeared over the curve now. Suddenly disappearing over the curvature. What these idiots think. No, it's gone over curvature, banner. Although the horizon's dead level. There's no curvature from left to right. Again, it's the same thing as if you're looking at to sea. It's the same thing. 1,000 foot. Going over the curvature, guys. In a 1,000 foot contained pond, it's gone over the curvature. Look. Completely ridiculous. I love it.
That stuff is flat.
Yeah.
Flat? Yes, flat.
Observer height 1.5 inches. Oh look, where have you seen that before? Where have you seen these optical effects before? Is it on a sunny day when you're looking at sea? Sure, you get exactly the same effects. But you've got globers telling you at this moment, when you're looking out to sea and you see this, oh, it's gone over the curvature. Oh, okay. Oh, look, it's going over the curvature. We've all seen this on larger scale. When you're looking at the sea, it's exactly the same optical effect. Exactly the same. Being mirrored, you can see the mirror right there. That's the actual. You get the same kind of effects, right? As like, have you seen the pictures when they take pictures of boats far out? They look like they're floating. They're still on the water, but they look like they're floating. You get all these same optical effects on a smaller scale, exactly the same in 1,000 foot pond, contained pond, like your little pond in your garden, just a bigger version. And you know that water's not curving and bending, right?
These individuals will talk about the vertical lapse rate, or the lapse rate, the vertical rate of change, the vertical gradient. Okay, no one is disagreeing that the air well above the surface of our world is less optically dense than the air at the surface. Okay, but the rate of change would be like moving down through that rate of change, not moving perpendicular to it or parallel with the supposed layers. You know, horizontal or side to side, you don't have that same change. So this is not the same for terrestrial observations, where a very low percentage of the total air column is relevant. The change in IOR based on vertical travel is minimal compared to the distance of horizontal travel of light rays.
Literally changing the atmospherics, and look what happens.
In Aristotle's account, the Earth was at the center of the universe, and the stars and the planets went round the Earth. And it was unbelievably accurate. And to give you an idea of just how accurate, when Copernicus put forward his story, he didn't think that it was any better than the Aristotelian system. He didn't claim, oh, I can show something that he can. In fact, he assumed that the Aristotelian Ptolemaic account was exactly accurate. It wasn't for more than 200 years after he put it forward there were any ways in which the heliocentric world, as it's known, of Copernicus was seen to have any observable benefits. And there are some people who would argue that we can correct, as it were, the Aristotelian account in order to get it just as effective now as the heliocentric account. So what's going on here? We assume that it's wildly wrong. So how's it so accurate? And I think the first way of understanding why it's accurate is that our accounts of the world, they are metaphors, they are ways of holding the world. In the case of Aristotle and his celestial spheres, it worked amazingly well. We don't think now, do we, that Aristotle, as he was adding these celestial spheres, and Ptolemy was making it even more complicated, we don't think they were getting closer to the truth. We're inclined to think, well, they were just compounding an error. It was obviously ridiculous. But is it so unreasonable to think that in some future culture, they will look back on our story of the Big Bang and inflation and dark energy and dark matter, and they'll say, well, that was absolutely ridiculous.
Of course they're going to say that, but he's going to be reset, so they're going to allow everyone to know that. But you'll still be in bondage and slavery. But they're going to tell you the truth. This is the future. They're going to let you know. They're going to let you know eventually.
So...
But it's got to all be reset. It's got to be reset for him to do it, right?
Our theories are functioning.
Right, what's next?
Welcome back to Jake TV News.
Oh, we got Jake GTV back online. Let's give him a thumbs up. Yeah, all good. His last video got taken down. I don't know why. Hopefully, this one won't.
He was taken to Germany. Dude's in a coma.
What? Ching Chong, break it down for us. Chloe
My favourite newsreader, Ching Chong.
and Michael, good morning. We're here in Berlin outside Satan's plane, the Wing of Zion, aka the Flying Hospital, where flight trackers caught it circling the Mediterranean while putting him in a medically induced coma. Allegedly, of course.
Shut it down, Ching Chong. He's alive. Haven't you seen his proof of life videos? The six-finger thing was debunked by the Times of Israel. Same with the coffee cup. Back to the Goislup.
Jeez, all right, Producer Berg, we'll play the videos.
Yeah, don't want to end up like Jackie.
Good call, yeah.
Here's proof that Satan is still alive.
I think what he did, he pushed JGTV pushed it as far as he could, knowing what he can get away with, what he can't. And I think the last video he got taken down, he probably said something. He knows he can't go there, so you know, I think that's what. What's this lump in his?
Or was he absolutely bricked?
That's obviously not his dick. I'm coming. He ain't. Come on. What's going on with Netanyahu's pants? I mean, come on, man. Look, what's going on down here?
Was that AI or was he absolutely bricked?
Dude's packing a meat hammer.
Yeah, that was the wrong video. Play the AI video. Okay, so here he has his ring on. And
There it goes, just like a magical jujitsu.
how about the coffee cup video? All right, so this one isn't obvious for the normies, but that cup should have
They
spilled.
literally can't get the proportions right, I swear.
Yeah, let's go to the investigation team to break this down.
Okay, so besides the overfilled cappuccino, look at the dude's head. Just look at the shape of his nose and ears. Either that's a decoy, or they think we're retarded.
Just because you retarded Goyim notice a couple AI anomalies doesn't mean our sugar daddy is dead. Noticing is antiseptic. Now interview the normies that still support the chosen people.
Quick question, what do you think of the bomb school children?
Dude, not another freaking liberal, bro. You all have TDS. Get lost.
Fair enough.
Quick question, would you send your son to Iran?
Buddy, I just got off a 16-hour shift and my wife's at the club right now. Leave me alone.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, bro.
What do you think about supporting Greater Israel?
They're chosen by God to genocide the sand people. And I think the Bible says to bless the people that killed Jesus.
Nope. It actually doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Like, at all. But
My pastor says otherwise.
let's check out your church.
God will not bless you unless you bomb the shit out of the sand people. It says that in Genesis somewhere. Trust me, bro.
Thanks, Pastor Berg.
This just in. Trump and Xi
Berg.
just announced Iran has to open up the Strait of Hormuz or he's sending them back to the Stone Ages.
Wasn't it open before he decided to bomb them indiscriminately?
Yep.
We have a plan because of the power
It's
of
true, right? It was open before this moron thought, okay, let's go in there and just bomb them. And hopefully they give up. No, they're not giving up. They're just going to retaliate and keep retaliating. You started this. You fired first. You know, you fired on people that have been thinking about getting a nuclear weapon for 30 years. Didn't actually get one. But the people over the road there, these insane people wearing these funny caps with big noses, they've got a big arsenal of nuclear weapons ready to go. So they've already got them. These people over here thinking about getting didn't get them, so let's fire on them anyway. What? The Strait of Hormuz was open before all this. It was running perfectly. This guy, the propaganda is insane. It is insane.
Okay. Where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night. Where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again. I mean, complete demolition.
What an asshole. Yeah, so for Easter, he decided to tweet this. Open the f***ing strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. And then proceeds to mock their religion by saying, praise be to Allah. Dude's definitely controlled by Jews.
I gave the order, knock out the biggest bridge in, I believe, the Middle East, but the biggest bridge in Iran. And within 10 minutes after I gave that order, that bridge was over. It will take them 100 years to rebuild. And the only way they're going to be able to rebuild their country is to utilize the genius of the United States of America.
Thanks, Donald. Yeah, so imagine if a country
Complete maniac.
bombed the Golden Gate Bridge.
He's a
We call
maniac.
that terrorism, right? Well, normies don't get that, so let's hear from the White House.
How does this benefit the American people?
Good question. By supporting the chosen people, we can usher in the Antichrist and bring back Jesus.
When can we finally start doing our satanic sacrifices in Israel?
Good question. Our Secretary of War, Mr. Heg Seth the Shabbos Goy, will be ushering in Revelation for us.
How is he ushering in Revelation?
Well, he's a hardcore Zionist who wants to destroy the Third Temple and start a holy war for the Jews.
Seriously?
Dead serious. Take a listen.
Zionism and Americanism are the front lines of Western civilization and freedom in our world today.
Bullshit.
And there's no reason why the miracle of the reestablishment of the temple on the Temple Mount is not possible.
Chosen ones don't invade sovereign lands. The chosen ones don't think they're better than everybody else. The chosen ones, you know, don't go around killing whole, like another nation of people. They just, you know, genocide and babies, and chosen ones don't do that. They wrote a book about themselves, calling themselves the chosen ones. Now they're going to try and react it, like relive it, right? That's what you've seen today. These maniacs.
I don't know how it would happen. You don't know how it would happen, but I know that it could happen.
What the heck is a third temple?
It's where Jesus whipped the Pharisees when they were sacrificing things.
Oh, I thought Jesus said it would be destroyed.
It was.
That's right, guys, but now Islam owns it, so destroying that thing will be the beginning of World War III and the New World Order. Ching Chong joins us live from Iran.
We're here at the wreckage site where Iran shot down 2 C-130s carrying American Goyim over Iranian airspace. After Iran's footage from Iran forced the White House to speak up, our Israeli-controlled government just won't admit it. My guess, boots on the ground and American soldiers dead. Allegedly, of course. Let's ask Stu Peters for the breakdown.
These planes were flying equipment into the region. They were flying in men. They were flying in an American fighting force to launch a ground operation in Iran. And in the process of doing that, they got blown the up. And like I said, the fried remains of an American soldier are easily visible to anyone who zooms in on this wreckage. This was a bloodbath.
Shut it the heck down, Stu. That's all sand propaganda. We blew up our own planes, you goyim. Now, back to the goy slop or your ass is canceled.
Jeez, someone get this man some pizza and grape soda, am I right?
Seriously, it's like he's allergic to the truth or something.
Straight up. Stu, tell us more about the incident.
Did they extract any of their bodies? Or were all of them left behind like that guy? Who is he? Will we ever know? What are they going to tell his family? What are they going to tell his mother or his children, if he has any? What are they going to tell this man's son?
Not my problem, Stu. Look, you guys are like worth less than us. The Talmud says that.
Yeah, no, she's right. Good call, Daisy. We don't want to be antiseptic.
Thank you. Now back to the goy slop.
Holy shit, we just hit the jackpot! If you guys want to be rich like me, just use my referral code for $20 of free gambling.
In partnership with Goyslop Jr.
That guy totally mogs.
I hate myself.
Gosh, I could go for some cheesy goy slop right about now.
I'm craving that seed oil sundae. But anyways, let's hear what the normies are talking about.
What's happening, my guy? What's up, bro? Just trying to look max. Trying to get my maxilla to grow.
Ritz it.
Oh, and I got these height boosters.
Could have stayed. Oh, gosh. Come on, man. Whoever's wearing it, listen, see, when someone comes up to you wearing these zesty ass fruity shoes here, you just got to turn around and walk away. Don't even converse. Don't even those tight ass goy jeans and goy shoes, goy zesty shoes. I mean, come on, look at the state of these shoes. It's like Kanye West ones. Remember the big fucking fluffy big boots. Oh, man, that's tough.
Do you support Israel?
Dude, the Zionist occupation must be stopped. Iran is fighting for all the goyim.
Holy shit, my heart is pumping right now. She's beautiful. Do you support Project Epstein Fury?
Of course. Didn't you hear Iran was going to drone strike California?
You actually believe that? Let's ask the Jake GTV investigation team.
Okay, so 4 drones were stolen, Fort Campbell, November. Then 2 months later, FBI quietly tells California, hey, maybe there's an Iranian drone strike coming.
We should definitely check the U.S. Bank Tower for bombs.
Wait, why?
Because the same guy who bought the Twin Towers owns it.
What?
False flag. It's calling it now.
Shut it down! Trumpstein is making Iran great again, and we can't do that when they refuse to attack Americans. Don't forget we got pizza costed by Nazis. Shapirstein, subvert the goy!
Just because Silverstein's a Jew and took out terrorist insurance weeks prior to 9/11 doesn't mean we can't dance. Daisy, subvert them with your voluptuous milker.
That worm.
It's not our fault that we're
Oh man, that looked
So
nasty.
true, Daisy. So
that
true.
looked,
I just saw...
that looked horrible. Look at
Nazis. Shapirstein, subvert
look at
the goy!
Shapirstein as a Shapirstein worm. I mean, that's nasty. Look at the. Oh, that's hilarious.
Just because Silverstein's a Jew and took out terrorist insurance weeks
That's
prior
horrible.
to 9/11
That's
doesn't mean we can't dance. Daisy, subvert them with your voluptuous milker.
It's not our fault that we're chosen by God.
So true, Daisy. So true. I just saw your latest video, by the way.
Thank you. My Only Freaks is 15% off right now, and every dollar you spend goes to fund the genocide in Gaza.
That's so cool. The corn industry is funded by you guys.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Back to you, Ching Chong.
Dude, she's not gonna let you hit, bro. Such a simp. But we're here outside of yet another oil refinery hit here in Iran. Trumpstein's targeted bombings have exposed the local population to undesirable and toxic chemical pollution. But according to him, these are freedom bombs, and the Iranian people love it. Vaccinated normies actually believe that.
The Iranian people, when they don't hear bombs go off, they're upset. They want to hear bombs because they want to be free.
Is he serious?
What a fucking twat.
Literally a Hollywood actor on the world stage.
For real, though. Ching Chong, how's the capital city looking?
And this, folks, right here is not Gaza, but Tehran, the capital city of Iran. The people wake up every day hoping that the terrorists, I mean U.S. of Israel, will stop being total assholes.
Wow. Thanks, Ching Chong. That's some eye-opening stuff.
Seriously, I got a question.
Ask away.
Trumpstein, how does it feel to be seduced by a foreign country into fighting their wars?
You know, we're not supposed to be seduced that way, right? But I am. When somebody's nice to me, I love that person. Even if they're bad people, I couldn't care less. I'll fight to the end for them.
I think my new favorite number is 110.
That's based. Stu, explain how little they value our lives.
If your son ships to Iran and is blown up in a C-130 and you are asking for information, well, what happened to my dad? What happened to my son? The response that you will get is, that's classified.
Well, there you go, folks. Noticing is antiseptic.
If antiseptic means not wanting to see innocent people being slaughtered, that's me, baby.
Facts. Dennis, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Only losers aren't antiseptic. Anyway, if you're still not following Jake GTV, you're a total loser. Far from based. Most likely, retarded.
Why does everyone hate us? They just don't know what it's like to get kicked out of 109 countries. Exactly. We're victims.
BlackRock. Because you're not chosen.
Congratulations, you made it to the end. That's what I call based.
Hilarious.
If you want to learn more about the sentient AI being ushered into a city near you, grab my book, The Digital Prison. Otherwise, if you want to keep us on air, just hit the like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Did you delete his Erica Kirkberg video?
Sir, we labeled it hate speech and deleted his Iran video from Meta.
That's not enough. We need to shut him down tonight.
Oh, right. So the Erica cut and that other video that you got taken down was for hate speech.
G-creation.
That's crazy.
A flat earth Psy-Op and a war and
Parody, right? It's parody and comedy. He probably said that to YouTube. No, this is parody and comedy. I mean,
so
the jokes.
Before Christ returns, the rebellion must come first. And so we look at the truth movement, and that's a rebellion against the New World Order.
A little bit of Lev.
And once we've made the connection that the New World Order is orchestrated by the devil, and then like, oh, this is a symbol of death, and Jesus calls himself Lucifer at the end of the Bible, then the truth movement is the rebellion.
Check the
there's like a lot of truthers that confess that they know that they're meant for this. Like, you know, to stand up against the New World Order. It's like, you know, because we know that there's something wrong in the world, you know, for all his lives. And then, like, you know, once we're hit with the truth.
Big shout out to Tarmo, Ches, big shout out to Schlo, Big Pine, Bogan.
Needs to be done.
Laura, big shout out to Laura,
So,
big shout out to Jim, Big Jim,
all those people-
Chili, big shout out to Chili.
Those people which are like, that's the 144,000.
Big shout out to Dr. E.
It mentions them in the Bible. So it's like, that is the rebellion that we're talking about.
Big shout out to Brian. Appreciate you coming in, guys. Honor.
It shows how Christianity.
Graham, big shout out to Graham.
and
Graham's
the
in.
Flat Earth Psy-Op is
I hope you guys are well.
Truthers, which are part of that rebellion. It wants like the the light workers of the truth.
Yes,
which are destined to fight against this.
The whole West has to wake up to what's happening. Sure, more and more are seeing it, but it's nowhere near the tipping point.
It targets them because they're the threat.
Yeah,
so then
we're approaching that tipping point, right?
All the truth
getting near to it, I think.
Say that
Artemis entered the Earth at 75 miles
in the
air at 25,000 miles per hour. At that speed, it would take 10 seconds to travel 75 miles.
Remove themselves from sin, so they can have an everlasting life.
The Earth at 75 miles. Yeah, right. Good stuff, Matthew.
Like I said, all the points that I made about this. It's like a vampire religion.
Name Flat Earth.
And there's more. I've got like.
Oh man!
Finish on this episode.
I wish people stuck to their names, man.
Excuse me. So yeah, we'll show more.
Yeah. So if you're entering at 75 miles high, right, and you're traveling at 25,000 miles an hour, it literally would take a second. 10 seconds.
This one thing I do.
It would take 10 seconds to travel 75 miles.
So I press toward the mark.
Yeah, so that should enter and come down within 10 seconds.
Like that's the mark.
Harmon. Harmon.
Necklace.
Yes, Harmon.
That
that makes. People just don't think, do they, Harmon? That's what it is.
You can feel it, you know what I mean, in that kind of sense and such. That's the mark. And you consider it like this, and this is
awesome stuff. Right, all right, guys, let's get back to it.
This is what it is. Christ is not an addition to life. He is your life. So it takes over your life. And there's more on that as well. And more one-eyed symbolism. It says, even in suffering, his love never turned away. I think it's kind of debatable in terms of like, I've not seen this love yet. I've literally not seen it, I'm just seeing the face of a deceiver with one eye telling me he loves me in one way or another. But I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing the deceiver. How the deceiver tells you the promise of faith and trust and love and all those kind of things. They always use those lines. End times prophecy, the final rebellion. That's the same person. But all the fire, all the military, all this kind of stuff. And globe propaganda as well. Who is raised in Revelation 20, beheaded for Jesus, who refused the beast and his mark. What does beheaded for Jesus mean? Beheaded for him? Or is that, do you remove those dots and beheaded excuse me, beheaded for Jesus who refused the beast and his mark? I don't know. It's a little bit. Because beheaded for Jesus. Are those people beheaded for Jesus because they refused the beast and his mark? You put it that way, and it sounds like, he is the beast, and because you refused his mark, then he's beheaded you, and it does go by the name him. Tribulation martyrs, raised to reign. Raised to reign, because we're going to war against spirit. We, the people of this God. Not the resurrection of the church. I don't know what that means either. Your numbers on there and stuff. Fiery world, where was Jesus during Lucifer's rebellion? So, like we said, we've already pointed out how he's called Jesus at end of, he's called Lucifer at end of Bible. So it's the same person. It just uses different names, split personality, etc. But you know, it's like that question's there. Where was Jesus during Lucifer's rebellion? You know, there's always those kind of questions which kind of like. Do you know, like, those people which got away with crimes for years? And it's like, oh, no, I wouldn't think that way him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I can't think of an example. Yeah, that'll do. You know? Well, Lucifer were rebellion, and Jesus, he was just somewhere else. You know, he's a good person, so it can't have been Jesus. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be rebellion and all this kind of stuff like. So, like, Lucifer rebelled against Spirit. He's gone away and he's wrote this Bible book declaring himself as God, and whilst it's put on the nice face of Jesus, but that's the truth, that the demon behind, the fallen one. So, again, like the play on the words and such, like, why Satan fears the blood. So, you know, Satan's supposed to be the bad guy, but it's the bad guy according to those people. So, in terms of, like, you know, these people being the bad people, and then, like, saying, you know, Satan, why does Satan fear the blood? He fears it for the same reason I do. Because I don't want to become part of his undead vampire religion. I'd prefer to carry on reincarnating. I'll accept and take accountability for any sins that I may or that I may do throughout my life. It's logical to fear that blood. It's dangerous. Happy Easter. Sin, death, and hell have been defeated. Jesus is alive. So, sin, death, and hell have been defeated. Why do we need an end times? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. But Jesus is going to raise everybody from dead at end times when we're destroying everything and our sea's going to be turned to blood and on fire and everyone's going to be begging for death and stuff like. And Jesus is there, maybe getting ready for his wedding, you know what I mean, to have his wedding in front of everybody. But also we're living like that. And, you know, I don't know how long it's going to be. It could be like, you know, for thousands and thousands of years that people are begging for death. It might be for eternity. You know what I mean? Like, the aspect of, like, using the undead to march against Spirit. So that's, like, one side of it. It's kind of like, you know... But is the devil going to fulfill his promise? Like, once you've gone to war against Spirit, is he going to, make a nice world for you? Jesus said the kingdom of God is near. And we got your World War II reference. Sorry. So... But the fearful and unbelieving and... Hold on a second. Yeah, we're no good. Half the words were missing. So does the Bible prophecy predict that there will be a World War III before the end times? So if it doesn't happen, does that mean that the Bible's wrong then? And then that it does that debunk the Bible? Contrary to that statement, I kind of think like this series, exposing the Bible to be a vampire religion, is probably the best proof to confirm that the Bible's real. It's just that, you know, in this narrative, it's like, you know, stay away from it. Don't go anywhere near it. It's dangerous. It causes stuff like world wars and end times and stuff.
True.
Proof. So this is the proof.
It's all religious based because a certain group of people think they're better than everyone else. Think they can go around invading and doing all this crap because
I don't know,
they writ a book
just,
about themselves, calling themselves the chosen ones.
Like, because generally Christians,
They think they've got a right to do this.
If you say anything off about it, but
Just tell the brutal truth, man.
They're ushering in, you know. We're manifesting this. We're praying for it.
They want it. This certain group of people want this. This reset.
Wars and rumours of wars.
World War III or whatever you want to call it.
3 blood moons and signs of the end times. So we're using it for, you know, wars and rumours and wars. Around blood moons, the signs of the end times.
Blood moon, yeah.
Right.
Love their blood moons, didn't they?
War. I thought it's no different from those Christian wallpapers. It's exactly the same. 1,000 years, Christ reigns. Is that in the end times? It could be. It doesn't get revealed until end times. It doesn't get resurrected until end times. And so it's going to reign when everybody's begging for death. So it's at least 1,000 years, but it might only be 1,000 years that he has that position. Somebody else might take over, you know, and then you continue to suffer being chained to him, well, chains. We'd covered it's the same one as we did at the beginning of this episode. When I went through it, I kept it because I felt it was relevant, but I can't find what it is now. It don't matter. Every sign we see today was written in the Bible long ago. Jesus is coming soon. And again, you've got all your war and disaster.
War, famine, disaster. I mean, come on.
Written in the Bible long ago. The New World Order has been planned for a long time. I kind of think it's a lot older than at least the King James Bible. I'd say as long as far back as like 5,000 years ago, or whenever it were that the giant trees were cut down and burnt down. That were like the first end times.
First reset, basically.
Jesus coming back.
Yeah.
Again, look at that. I mean, you know, is that what represents Jesus? You know, in contrast to like the Krishna episode from last one. Jesus is coming back. End times. NPC, but it's got the black sun logo. So you got these type of things. When a Christian is talking, there is only one God, and Jesus is God. God sent Jesus, and it repeats a couple. But not the best examples, actually. But just in the gist of it, in terms of like I said on the last episode about like the Bible being a gun.
No one's coming back. Let's just be real. No one's coming back. No one's being resurrected. It's not happening. I mean, there would have been thousands of times that this could have happened over the last 1,000 years. You know, the things that have happened to humanity, and for him to have the excuse to come back. No, you know, you're going to have World War III or something, some crazy thing. And he still ain't going to come back. Mark my words. Mark my words. No one's coming back.
see you differently, afraid that they've lost that person of who you were, you know what I mean? Because suddenly you'll be singing all the hymns and, you know, reciting and trying to get them into it and all that kind of stuff. And
it's all like, control. Everything is bit into control.
That kind of thing, you know? And it, in the rest, like,
if you do this, it's a sin. It's a sin. You can't do this. So they've literally got a book kind of how to act. If you don't act like this, you're a sinner. Okay.
There was the 12 Monkeys video, and it showed you the clips from the movie, and it's like Brad Pitt was playing the insane guy, and it's like going over all the
12 Monkeys. That was. I can't hear nothing, Lev. I never caught that before. What? A high or something when I watched 12 Monkeys? I must have been really high. There's no other reason for me to miss this point. Been models and throwing a globe on the floor. Well, I might have been watching it with a lady and she was just waffling. And I'm in chat with her and something happened. I would have called this straight away. I would have been, damn. Created this model of my mind and then slam it to the floor. No, I would have definitely called that. Nice catch, man. Love it. Oh, is it done? Oh. Yeah.
Key creation. The Flat Earth Psy-Op and the Lord Spirit. Part 13. So we were talking about the NPC aspect of like Christianity. Considering that you've given your soul away.
What is going on, man?
For that possession and for that takeover.
God, honestly, YouTube really does frustrate me.
In terms of like...
Oh, it was the end. Oh, how long have we got though? Got to get... Right, we'll watch that one Monday. Sorry, next week. Alright, we're going to Tommy. Because we got to get Lucky in as well. Breaking Your Balls in Babylon. Tommy Rogers. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, how's it going, man? This is my crazy crib.
The Urbano Monte map. I love looking at this map. Pretty crazy. Big shout out to Tommy. Should probably, yeah, he's in the chat. Big shout out to Tommy.
Yeah, man. Hope everybody's doing good. My 78 telly.
Telecaster, Fender.
Don't mind me. Nostradamus book.
It's got a famous guitar in it. I've heard that before. A is it Telecaster? Yeah. Fender, Telecaster. Buddy Holly? Was it Buddy Holly played this? I don't know. I've just heard it once, I think. Don't quote me on it though. I'm not just. Only if it was that guitar.
Don't mind me. Nostradamus books. Judy Wood. Up here. These are all David Ewing Jr.
Yeah, Tommy's got a vast library of books and information, right? Pretty crazy, actually.
So Eustace Mullins, he's a cool guy. He used to be. Oops. As we got here. Book of Miracles.
Big shout out to everyone in the chat. Lev. The 12 Monkeys clip. Yeah, no, yeah, I just see it. Yeah, I had to really turn it up a lot.
Augustus Caesar.
It's kind of crazy, wasn't it? What he says, Lev.
TDS meter. So I can check my water.
Something about a model and his mind and basically smashing the model. And that's perfect. Fight against geoengineering. War, it's a racket, absolutely. How much money's been made off this so-called war at the moment? Operation Paperclip.
Tavistock Institute. John Coleman books. Rose for Radicals. Shepherd of Men. Behind the Green
The Agenda 21, Behind the Green Mask. Man, where'd you get all these books from? Tommy. So many. Lovely little library of info.
I'll put light on this because I don't know if he'll turn out. My daughter. My son. He's much older now.
Do not consent. Yep.
That's all Roman Catholic stuff.
Eaters of children. I mean, that's crazy, right? Talk about what's going on today with the Epstein files. Eaters of children. The pedocracy exposed. Yeah, know what that's about now, don't we? Makes a lot of sense now. How long you had that book for, Tommy? Tommy's known about that, eating of children, and well, we all kind of knew about it, right? We've all heard the stories. That's crazy, man.
Bastards.
Secret History, Raw.
Johnny Cerrucci. Anthony Sutton books.
Skull and Bones there. America's Secret Societies. Brave New World. Aldous Huxley, yeah. You've got George Orwell down there. Tommy knows his shit, man. Tommy really does know his stuff. And I'll bet you £1,000 Tommy's read every single book. Put £1,000 on it. Or at least 95% of these books.
That's a gross.
I would say every one. I mean, you don't buy a book to put it on the side, do you? You buy a book and you read it. So I would say he's probably read every one.
Sick fucks, man.
That's a lot of knowledge.
And then you got that.
And then you got to sort of cipher some of that out, right? You got to the good from the bad kind of thing. What resonates with you and what you know, because truth resonates, right? You can feel the truth. Lies don't do nothing. They just wash over. It's just like, okay, obviously you're lying. But the truth, you feel it, right? You know, when you hear like a mad, profound like truth, hairs on your arms go up. It's like wow.
1434, 1421. Well, Lady of Egypt, that's pretty cool. Dead Man's Street Secrets. Let's see. Medieval
Forbidden history. I used to like that. There used to be videos on YouTube years ago, on like 2007, 8, or something like that. Forbidden history, forbidden archaeology, right? Yeah, some good stuff in that actually. Look at it a bit differently to today with what I know today, but.
Fucanelli. Alchemy stuff. Yeah, Barry got all these videos too. That's a P9.
Long enough, Dave.
Wrapped with some tissue because of the wind.
So he's had that book, it sounds like, for years, man. That one. The baby eating. That's crazy, man.
When I film outside, the wind gets really picked up, so I had to put them up for my Jordan Maxwell.
Jordan Maxwell.
Michael Tazarian, all these ones.
Michael Tazarian. That's the one I remember. Yeah, Tazarian. He was the Irish dude, wasn't he? Back in the day, you had Tazarian, yeah, David Icke, Tazarian, and a couple of others that were kind of bringing like the truth, but they wasn't telling you the whole truth. They were telling you like a part of the truth, which kind of led on to everything else, right?
All biblical stuff.
Tons of God.
Zen Garcia.
Book of Enoch.
5 books of Enoch. The Book of Jasher. Book of Jubilees. The Apocrypha. Ethiopian Bible.
Holy
King James.
King James.
The Sefer. Strong Concordance.
A whole section on biblical.
That's all Islam. King James. Demonology.
The demonology of King James.
This guy, man.
You want to send that book to Lev?
Christ, that's,
or Lev, buy that book, mate. Buy that book.
Mysterious Case of Rudolph.
The Lost Teachings of the Cathars.
Just had to find a spot for it, I guess. The Cathars.
Crusaders, the Cathars, and the Holy Places.
Another one around here on the Bougainville somewhere.
Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Yeah, I've heard of that before.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Anyway. Anatoly Flamenco. Then this is all your flat earth stuff. Debate.
Got Eric there. Eric Debate there. Terra Firma.
Zen Garcia. Taco Brahe. Earth is not a globe.
Bucko Bar.
60 degrees south.
Yeah. Beyond the wall, ice wall there.
Hidden lands beyond the Antarctica. That's Claudio.
Lands beyond. That's what they're hiding. They're hiding that extra land. As I say, you can't go up. There's only a certain. You can only go a certain height upwards. That's not the space. The space isn't up. The space is across. Always has been. And they can give you a circle, a round globe. Literally, he's putting limits of what you can put on there, right? Just around and around you go. This is it. These are the 6 continents. This is it right here. This is all there is. And then you look at the model they put out. Ice walls, the 6 continents, the dome. This is all there is. This is your choice. You got these 2 choices. Right? Now scrap both of them because they're both wrong. They're both lies. Right? The space is across. They're hiding extra land. This is what it's all about.
Now it goes into all this bankers and all these bastards.
Extra lands, or we could go on the next level of scale. It could be extra like ponds, bigger than ours. Whole land masses inside it, just like ours, just dotted on a plane. Yeah.
Babylon's bankers. 1666.
Big shout out to the Outer Ponders, Kenny, Flat Earth Dude. Big shout out to those guys.
That's by Robert Zephyr, I think. Yeah, it is.
Bloodlines of
That's
the
all the health
Illuminati.
down there. Goodbye germ theory, parasite Rex. Oh, there's all kinds. Dare to question. We got a bunch more. That's all Bible-related stuff. Robert Flood, I think. Barron Trump, all that stuff. You know, I just put a video on this the other day. Flat Earth corner. And over here. These are all so to speak books.
Yahweh is Satan. See, this is all the sort of stuff that sort of Lev's putting forth. What God are you praying to? Do you know? Do you really know? It's all been inverted and twisted and mirrored like everything else is. The evil creator. From Yahweh to Zion. Yahweh is... It's the same sort of thing that Lev's sort of touching on at the moment.
There's 6 there. And there's another one from Yahweh to Zion. Evil creator.
As I say, I said this last time, I am not an atheist. I believe something created this realm. 100% is a created place. Right? But this story of events that happened in this book written by human, no, I'm not vibing with that. I'm sorry. Just don't. It's all a distraction and control to me. I can see it in the book, the writings in the book. It's all about human control.
Babylonian Talmud, Zohar, Decline of the West. That's Rudolf Spengler, Oswald Spengler.
Dark Lord.
John Milton's Paradise Lost, Secret Society of Moses, History of Secret Societies of the World, The Dark Lord. These ones here are pretty cool. Both of them. Book of Wisdom. I got them both. Then resets. Right.
Oh, all the resets as well. Can you imagine sitting down? Can you imagine sitting down and having a spliff, with Tommy and getting on a chat? He must have so much sort of knowledge he can pick from. Right? That'd be a crazy conversation, I think. Yeah. Enjoyable, really enjoyable. I think having a chat with Tommy.
Etymologists, they stopped teaching us that.
With David Icke, yeah.
And then
it looks like Tommy's been on it from the beginning. From the beginning. Just tell by the books that he's got. I mean, Ike's been around for quite a while. I bet that's quite an old book. So we're talking 2006 there. 2000, just that book, right? And he was bringing books out in the 90s, right? So that could even be older. Yeah, the autism epidemic.
And Guy Anderson, I've been putting out some of his videos, especially with Charles Walsh.
Rise of the Clones, conspiracy theories. The Iron Republic, yeah, I've heard that before.
History.
Weapons of mass protection. There you go. What a name. What a name that is. Weapons of mass protection.
There's John Hammer books back there. Sorry guys, one second, come over here. Shit. I'm gonna use a light on this because it's difficult. Damn thing fucking works. Anyway, in there.
Tommy would fry your brain, Banner. I'd enjoy it though. I would enjoy getting my brain fried. I would enjoy it.
My McCrory.
Because you do, you need your brain fried every now and then. You do, you need it.
Picked that up real cheap. My buddy downtown at a bookstore. Since I got all crazy statues anyway, I was doing this thing on the Super Bowl this year.
The Baphomet
Elvis Bowl at Levi Stadium.
Golden Ball, right? Baphomet.
Life is Levi is the guy who came up with the Baphomet. These are all...
so even into the... Tommy's got books even on the dark side, right? Even on... You got to see it, you got to know both sides, right? You got to know both sides.
Robert Monroe books. William Bowling. Newton.
The ayahuasca sessions.
Remote viewing. That's David Morehouse. Ayahuasca sessions. Psilocybin, hypnosis. A couple of Anton LaVey books in the corner there. That's just all Aleister Crowley.
Esoteric Egypt.
That's Mark Twain, Mysterious Stranger.
Zachariah Sitchin all down.
These are all the witchcraft and then pyramid.
Oh yeah, that's got to be.
Which I don't buy into a lot of it, but Zachariah Sitchin's books.
Destruction in the skies, corruption of the mind.
Anyway, that's the books for today. My crazy shit. P1000. I got the 900 in my hand.
It's a nice little like nook, little corner there, full of like just a bunch of knowledge. I love it.
Hang on a second here.
Pretty awesome, man. Come on.
There's my buddy David Banner, man.
Hey, yo,
Dave
Tommy.
Banner. Flat Earth Lounge.
What's happening, brother? Hope you well.
979 subs. David Banner's been at the Flat Earth thing for probably over a decade. And you know, talk about box into a corner.
Yeah, they shadow ban Tommy, didn't they? That's what they do. They put you in a little corner, shadow ban you.
They're a good bunch of people, man.
Nothing much you can really do about it, unfortunately.
You know, you got Lil Wayne, Walking Axel, Jax, High Mountain Melody,
Melody Z, Brendan.
There's Dan MC.
Yeah, Dan MC. Everyone in the chat is awesome, actually. You guys are awesome in the chat. All the ladies that come in, you know, everyone knows they're pretty open. There's no like censorship on what you can say and all this nonsense, which was going around a few months ago, right? Yeah, it's just you can say what you want in there. There's no policing, you know. You just say what you got to say.
Love Kung Fu,
and that's what I like about the chatters. They don't hold back. You know, as I say, there's a clear thing on my channel. It says not for underage. This is an adult channel. So if you can't handle it, step out of the kitchen, man.
That's Love. He's cool. Chilster. On a Plane. Schlominger. Logical Observations. Sherry Ives. Zeus Scott. My bro, Dr. E.
Dr. E.
Brian A. Metz, he's always there. Mr. Infinite Reality, whatever.
Hey, Post, what's up? Hey, Eldon. Eldon Bing. Welcome,
Mr.
Eldon.
Cheswick. Oh, jeez. You got my girlfriend Marlene Brown that shows every once in a while, but she's kind of mad at me right now. Marlene's been my girlfriend for the last 5 years, but hey, what can I tell you? That's the way things roll. And I don't know. That's just the way things are. I've been looking into these guys a lot lately. Well,
chills.
Prison facility. I like this guy here. He's pretty cool. Stephen Young. He's a quantum physicist, and he says all your physicists are nothing but it's just paperwork. There's not even.
Yeah, Jax can vouch for that. Jax can vouch for that, and I wasn't going crazy for that Ricardo moment.
Anything real about it, right?
I was shouting, Ricardo, you're live! Ricardo, you're live! And I had to switch it over. It got about 5 to 10 seconds of a meat and 2 veg. It was insane. It was insane. The first time I thought, is he like trying to get the channel shut down? That's what I thought. But then, oh well.
So, yeah, I do the mud flood thing too. But the Pilgrims, back to these guys, they're involved with the founding of America, and
Jax. Ah, that was so awkward. That was so that this bit of silence afterwards, just like really awkward. It was just like, oh, Ricardo, man, what you do? You couldn't just go into the toilet and take a piss. You had to go live and piss in a bottle in front of the.
these guys here, man.
Sorry, I'm smoking a joint. And
Charles?
I think I put a bit too much in.
Charles Wes is cool. He's really good. He gets together.
Charles Wes. Charles was, sorry. Check this dude out. Weather. Technology of the body. Okay. The Book of Wisdom. Tell Live Vision. Oh, I'm going to check this out. Charles was. Go and check out Charles. Not right now.
There and talks about all kinds of stuff, man. It's cool. A lot of good people over at Charles too, right?
Okay. Does he go live, Tommy?
Charles is a hard-working guy, right? There's Candy, Brown-Eyed Girl, 69 there. Max Vision, remote viewing, he shows up. Dom, Mr. Super Sidewinder. DL Warren, right? He goes there. Jason Curve, he's cool. He goes there too.
He does go live.
Michigander.
Oh, thanks, Jax. Yeah.
Mark Bassett.
Oh, Jax goes in there. Jax, yeah. Would you post the link for us, please? Thank you. So I can check that out. If he goes live, man, yeah, for sure. Go in there. If Jax and Tommy's saying this guy's cool, yeah, I'll definitely be going in there and check him out. Looks like he talks about some interesting stuff, actually.
Eyes Wide Shut, Mind's Eye, JK, Fools and Tools. And lots of good people go there. And
okay, he's pretty much live daily. Okay.
I like checking good people out, man.
Cool, man. Thanks for letting us in on that one, Tommy and Jax.
Sitting on something stupid flashlight.
Jax is trying to get the link, so
and then
yeah, we can all get over there, right?
I go and check out.
Go and check Charles out.
What's we got here?
Even Chills, So why, guys? Why don't you let me know? Why don't you let me know everyone's going to this place? I would have been over there with you guys. Oh man, you got to let us know if everyone's going to like a channel, man. Yeah, let us know in the chat.
Sovereign soul, chain, mind chain. Or sovereign soul and mind, unchained mind. Fuck. Smoke a joint when we're here, so.
Thank you,
I check
Jax.
those guys out pretty daily.
Thank you, Jax.
You know, there's some good people there. Herring Song. Settlebum.
Yeah, Sov's a cool channel, man. Actually, it's a really good channel.
Right.
Talks about interesting stuff, like Sov's attitude as well. You know, doesn't take any nonsense. Yeah, he's top channel Sov. Go and check out Sov. Everyone knows about Sov anyway. I like. Who is it? Cubby Bear's a cool dude. D-Man's a cool dude. Yeah, Bry Wilson's a cool dude. They all go in there, right? I think who else? That's the only cool ones I can really think of. The rest of them, though. No. Sov's got a cool channel, man.
Brian May Metz goes there too. That's Mr. Infidelity or whatever he's got going on there. Right? There's Gordzilla. Gordzilla was at
yeah, Gord goes in there.
This morning.
In fact, Godzilla, I'd see him in a lot of places. He's.
We got to try and get Dave Banner up to 1,000, right? And Dr. Backup.
Do you know what? Yeah, Dr. Bass as well. Another cool content creator, musically, right? Yeah, man. Get over to these places. Get over to these places. I mean, I'm not really too fussed about getting over 1,000. It would be nice, but not really a priority or anything. I'm not really too fussed about it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Passwords. He's been putting those himself. I thought it was subbed to him a long time ago, but for some reason I wasn't getting no notifications, and I had to resub to him. Right. So then I've been going to
Brian sub. Yeah, I'll be subbing. I'm just gonna take a look. Dr. Bass is a Gemini. Okay.
Yeah, a second.
Yeah, I do that. I do that quite a lot myself.
Yeah, this
Jax.
is.
If I don't fancy talking, you know, I'll just listen in the background and do something else. You know, I do that quite a lot actually.
Pretty cool.
On the Brave browser, isn't that funny?
Phycologist 3. He's from Toronto.
Let me just try and bring it up.
I'd rather have someone live on in the background, you know, than a radio or TV or something. Just.
Move this up a bit.
So what are they doing there? Is there anything happening? All these movie. How did they get all these big front end loaders and back?
Oh yeah, Jim. I'm talking about if I'm like more. It's more if I'm like if I'm busy and I've got to do something. I'll put something on in the background. I might just check the chat and just see what everyone's every now and then. But if I'm busy, yeah, I'll put something on in the background.
Phil,
as I say, no TV here, right? No propaganda, no news. Don't watch none of it. None of it interests me. None of it. Sport. I used to be a massive sports freak. I used to love it all. It becomes all. You see it for what it really is. Huge distraction.
Rizzoli.
Everybody has front end loaders, and it's just part of construction.
And propaganda. Yeah, that's what it's pushing certain angle constantly.
Get it in there in the movie set. And,
yeah.
It looks like they are moving some rubble there. Looks like they blew up an old building. Yeah.
Yo, Happy, welcome in. Great to see Happy in. Welcome in, Donald. Aries.
But I don't understand how.
Fire sign.
I mean, immediately the first.
Fire sign. Aries is fiery people.
There's nothing I can do.
Hope you well, Happy.
Okay.
Saying, you know, this return. Let's talk Harkness. You got that. Let's return to the mood.
Anyway.
Okay, well, it's not easy.
That's what's been going on. Okay, there's my my hat. When I go and kick these guys' ass, and I look good when I go in.
I couldn't find the comments on YouTube, so I don't know. how they got deleted. I don't run YouTube, so.
Anyway.
If you want your phone to go
So,
hang
on a second here, guys. I've got 27 minutes to make this video, so I hope I'm doing alright.
And I tried to create one video site, and everyone still goes to YouTube. So I can't do anymore. If people want to go to YouTube and the video gets deleted or your comments get deleted, there's nothing I can do. Zero. But I
hang on here.
feel YouTube, I get it. But we're interested in this thing.
Entercide.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this. You got that.
A cool little room though, isn't it? Or cool little corner Tommy's got together going there with screens and all the books. Yeah, I love it, man. I think I need something like this. This is what I need. This type of thing going on. You know, a couple. I've only got one screen, right? So I need another screen, new PC, a nice little nook. That's what I need.
What I've got going on here, I've been checking out everything. They're talking about Artemis and bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Tommy going to talk about Artemis? It'd be nice to get his take on it, actually.
Fake shit out there, right? I've been reading up on everything. You know, guys probably know me for this for a long time. John Lennon's fake death.
Yeah, like this. I posted some videos. You can clearly see the thing arced over. Yeah.
Martin Luther King.
It what? Because when you very slow. Yeah, when you launch a rocket from your backyard, it goes shooting up so fast. Yeah, you're in the.
Do you print all these out, Tommy? Do you get them online? Then print. If you got a printer, just prints them out. You can like read it as a book.
Jack Rubinstein.
What is this then? Yeah, it's
Rubinstein.
very heavy.
Fake death.
Looks
like JFK was gay.
I believe this is a very heavy load of fuel.
Hey, big shout out to Marlene in the house. Welcome in, Marlene.
Hidden Kings, this is all about the fake JFK assassination.
It reaches the top of the arc and begins to slow
Hidden
down.
Kings.
And of course it's arcing, it's not going straight up. And
A lot of people have been these fake Lincoln assassination.
In reality, or not reality, but I've just been watching these videos, and this is like this from Cape Canaveral.
Fake Marilyn Monroe.
Here,
I'm
and
telling
you
you,
can see
the world's a stage we've been played, man. Totally.
That's not going to space.
Manson murders. Gotta get into that whole Rocaine shit, man.
Tate murder was a false flag.
These guys have been breeding our gatekeepers generationally. You know, and it's got to use.
Because Manson didn't actually murder anybody, did he? But they said he put out the. I told him to go and do it or something. Put out the order. Is that true?
Pilgrims.
I don't really follow all that sort of stuff.
And everything, and anyway, these guys are talking about the fake thing, and I'm just
It was like did he coerce them all on LSD or something? That's the story, isn't it? The you know, the regurgitation story. You know, that's what.
Cancel that for now. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I hope you're doing good.
I don't believe any of it. It's all just
busting my balls, doing something.
Oh, good stuff, Tommy, man. You got to do more stuff like this. We love this sort of stuff, man.
Reading. I take a lot of books with me wherever I go. I haven't been home much because that's why I've made many videos. I'm usually over at Marlene's place. You know, she's a 71-year-old girl.
Big shout out to
Trying to
Marlene.
help her out. You know, do my best. I mean, I'm pretty busted up myself, so I mean, you know, what can I say? But yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, but there's also a lot of horse shit going on. You know, this whole thing with this Iranian war and this Fartemis and all this bullshit. And I like what I was watching Dave Banner this morning, and I dig Lucky Haskins. We talked about the books. You know, how much of it's true and how much of it's not true. And I don't know, he's a pretty cool guy. I can get with him. Lucky Haskins on YouTube.
Yeah, Lucky's
like
cool.
Me. He said, look,
Yeah, like Tommy knows the game, doesn't he? Tommy knows, the players and the game. Same with Lucky. You know,
You know what?
you kind
So
of
many
you
people
can
out
just
there
tell by the way they talk.
doing the YouTube thing for the wrong reason, and he believes that sharing truth should not be monetized. Period. And I can take that.
I'll
That's where I
vibe
come
with
from
that.
too.
Yeah,
And
I'll vibe with that.
Geez, I think probably between freedom and truth, I mean, it's probably cost me 25 grand, right? Or maybe even more. And my time and my life. And Fuck, I'll be 64 in a couple months, man. And like, I'm trying to do what I can with what I got. I'm not a rich man. I got food in my fridge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I gotcha.
That's what I do notice about a lot of people in this sort of thing, right? That we do. The real ones are just not bothered about money. We're not interested. It's not an interest. It's not about money. It's about truth and getting it out there by any means necessary, right? I've never asked for a penny. Wouldn't ask for it because what I've got is enough. I don't need, and I haven't got a lot. Like Tommy said, I'm not loaded. I'm not rich, but what I got, I appreciate, and I don't need to come online and ask you people for this and that, and buy me a fridge and buy me some car tires and fix me engine, and it's just ridiculous. Buy my app. The real one, we just don't think like that. It's got nothing to do with money making, because once the money comes into it, the truth becomes secondary. Fact. Go and have a look at every channel.
I forgot about that. I also got my water in the fridge because I drink water out of a copper flask, right? But,
I'm gonna.
Looking for my lighter.
Oh no, I'm gonna. I've had to dip into the money, man, many times. I've had a lot of bills to pay. I had a bit saved up, but yeah, I've lent some out as well. I've lent a little bit out, so that's got to come back. But yeah, ain't gonna be for. It's coming, but it ain't gonna be for a while, man.
Anyway. That's the Toronto City water. I'll need it later. Yeah. I like my joint. Anyway, that's your Toronto City water after about 2 weeks. Look at this shit in there, man. And there's actually big chunks of shit, like flakes. I wonder why you can't walk and why you can't think. My distiller pulled that out of the water.
Damn, that's the crap that's coming out of the water. Look at that.
So
nasty, man.
Anyway.
The late great planet Earth.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been put to bed, isn't it?
Get behind me, fucking bastard. Anyway, I try and do my best to kind of keep a Christian mentality. I was raised a fucking Catholic, but hang on. I didn't dig the idea.
I think just to be good and kind. Does it have to be like labeled Christian or Catholic or Jewish or all these names? Be you and be kind. I'm really trying to get away from all this kind of religious stuff. I really am.
Let me go in there and look at this poor guy hanging on a cross, bleeding all over the fucking place.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying there are some good things that the books do say, but you should know this anyway. This should already be in you. Give people a chance. Love, maybe your enemy. Give them a chance. Love thy enemy. Be kind. Don't be horrible, because it's all like karma based, right? The energy that you put out there is the energy you're going to receive. Right? So if you're acting like an arsehole all the time and being a dick, you're going to get these people coming into your lives constantly. Which is a fact, because I've seen it in my own life. Because I was like that one time.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, man.
Great stuff, Tommy. Always a good listen. Tommy takes you around his library knowledge.
Straight your hypothesis.
Okay, this is the other end. This is the other end of. No, this is just actually 12 minutes in. We watched 12 minutes, yeah, the last show. So this is the rest of it now, guys. This is Lucky Theoretical Science versus Reality, Part 2. Let's check it out.
Surface. And then I said, but surprise, I wasn't here to debate you about a theory called gravity. I was here to show you the fundamental basics required for a body of water to form on any surface, and that is containment. Now, he made a couple jokes about me and stopped making videos. For all his fans wanted me to debate him, so I set it up, and my rules were demonstrable science only, no science fiction. Church mouse, he disappeared and no longer makes videos because he was intelligent enough to realize that he is attempting to push a theoretical model that makes no sense and can never be demonstrated. Now, now I knew he would be intelligent to understand this when he made the excuse. This is what they do. Well, we can't demonstrate our belief because the earth is so big, the gravity of the earth screws up our experiment here on earth, so we can't demonstrate it. What they just did was make an excuse for why they believe in non-demonstrable science. And many mental midgets will take that excuse as somehow proof of viability of their model. They really believe that. They believe because we know it's a globe, so we know our theory's correct. No, the globe's never been proven. It never will be proven because it disagrees with experiment. This is how we know it's wrong. Do you get this? Well, gravity's proven, Lucky Man. We know gravity's proven. No, nobody's ever proven
you got
gravity.
experience,
In fact, it's
Banner.
wrong at every
Yeah.
turn. They just keep changing the variables and adding new theories that keep getting crazier and crazier, such as warped space-time. Okay? You have to be an absolute lunatic to think.
Hold up. Let me just go on to here first and sub. Charles was. Check out Charles. He looks like my mate Sean. He looks identical to one of our mates. There. Oh, nice. Okay. Stuff. Got some. Oh, these are live streams, right? Are these live streams? What videos has you got on there? He's got a few videos, 5 months old. A few on there. Yeah, we'll definitely check Charles out. That's a lot.
Think that demonstrable science is wrong and fictional science, out of the mind of the author, Einstein.
Hey, Joe, welcome in.
Fictional science reverse engineered to continue to push a narrative.
Welcome in, Jeff.
Contains society on 6 known
Linux,
continents.
if you're in there, Donald, welcome in.
The society bought it such hook, line,
see
and
Linux in
sinker. They now believe that there's land in the sky that someday they
Charles
can
and Lucky are cool, yeah.
because the Earth is
I didn't know Charles existed until some of the guys in the chat earlier said. I've just subbed to him. Yeah, I'll definitely check him out. Yeah, Lucky's pretty cool. I like Lucky.
Every single narrative being pushed upon humanity is theoretical science that was stolen. The agenda is what they're selling. Okay? The globe Earth. Now you're stuck on 6 continents. It's all there is. Lucky we have satellites that prove, that take pictures of all this. No, you do not. Okay? You have television programming channels sending you videos of things they want you to believe in. There is no scientific evidence to support the fact that a satellite could orbit the Earth. in any way, shape, or form. You're not going to find any. This is why you have no proof of any satellites in space. You have CGI photos.
Yeah.
You have cartoons of...
Who remembers when we was on Ponchos, we went through 50 pages on Google Images searching for an actual photograph of a satellite. Couldn't find one. They were every single page. It was crazy. Who remembers that? Anyone else remember that?
Irises. You have cartoons of the globe Earth. You have no way to demonstrate any of your beliefs. That is step one to understanding what a flat earther is a person who understands the globe is a hypothesis that disagrees with experiment. Once you can, even if you still want to believe in the globe, you first have to be able to admit what I just said. If you don't understand that it's only a hypothetical and theoretical model, you will never comprehend the science surrounding it. This is why you get mental midgets that have been in school for 6 fucking years and they say, we discovered dark matter. You're an absolute mental midget. You've got a mind that doesn't even qualify to be in kindergarten if you think that somebody discovered dark matter. They never told you they discovered dark matter. Nobody claimed to discover dark matter. Why? Because it doesn't exist. It's science fiction from the mind of the author. It's fictional. It's reverse engineering to pretend that a chosen model is still viable. In other words, they are stringing you along to hide reality from you. Okay? The globe Earth serves as so many functions for them, but the primarily one, in my opinion, Occam's razor, 6 continents. They call it the New World. More than likely, folks, there's a lot out there. Okay, don't believe in the videos you get on television and think, well, they've done mapped the whole Earth. No, that's all provided to you by the government. They control all flight, even the claimed satellites in space, all controlled by the government, which we know that. Here's the other smart guys. Oh, there's a shadow government. No, the government you believe in is the shadow government. Those are the cartoons for you, dude. The person that won't wrap their head around reality and realize that it's all false, none of it's correct. You've been lied to and manipulated to create the exact outcome we're looking at out our window today. Everything they've done, they've used theory, ethical science, global warming, the Cold War. They never, ever, ever discovered an atom or proved in any way that an atom exists, but they used atomic weaponry to control the population for many, many years. They still are. Global warming, it's not even a globe, and they've been controlling the weather at least since I've been alive. My guess is we live in a control.
Well, do you remember that? I think there's a video on YouTube that's the 60s or something. It's black and white, that plane going past and it's seeding the clouds. She's like way back. It's a black and white. I did play it once.
Situation within the containment we're in. That is my best guess that it's always been controlled. Okay, because it's not complicated to manipulate and control the weather. We live in a density gradient that makes it very easy to understand and comprehend how to manipulate that density gradient. Very simple stuff. This is why they want to always tell you that science is complicated. They got the population looking out that doesn't even know what way is up. Literally humans don't know which way's up. Just like I told you at the initial party, that would have had beer coming out of everybody's fucking nose. No way they would have avoided that, period. But humans have been just become numb to this, and that's just where they live. They live on a ball. They're an accident, but they grew up from apes. And
it's
what a
so
beautiful
crazy
story. Now, that same guy that was trying to tell me about electrical theory, by the way, I hope I explained the difference to you in that Truth with Lies. That was part of the meat and potatoes of what I wanted to say. You understand, electricity is not a theory. These science fiction theories have no application, like gravity has no application. Now the mental midgets chime in. Oh, all engineers use gravity to figure out there's something. We build with gravity, we fly with gravity. Everything we do is related to gravity. No, folks, your theory that disagrees with experiment has no application. Human beings on this earth get to use reality to engineer things, build things, fly. We have to use reality. So what an engineer uses when he's designing a plane is what we would call the rate at which things fall. That's simple. Nothing to do with your theory about gravity, okay? Gravity is an invented theory, a fabricated theory.
It is. The gravity is just wrapped around the rate of fall, right? So you can get that rate, was it 9.8 meters a second squared? You can write any equation to that and say, oh, this is called gravity.
As part of the heliocentric theoretic model that failed long before the invention of the theory of gravity. The theory of gravity is another really bad theory that every time it's put to any kind of rigorous test, fails. Okay, that's why it's been changed. Okay, people go, oh, the theory's correct, we know it. Theories in science are reality. But then all of a sudden science changes the theory and they're like, well, that's called scientific advancement. Well, yeah,
That's what they do.
it's called theories are not reality, dude. That's why they can change them.
That's what they do, is exactly what they do. Yeah, that's advancement. Oh, really?
You can't change reality. No matter how many theories you make, we're never going to live on a ball. It's not going to happen.
The sun's 33 million miles away. No, it's 66 million miles away. No, it's 93 million miles away.
This is why it'll never be proven. Okay, no human being is ever going to have the globe Earth proven to them, folks. I can say
That's
this
advancement
with all
for you.
my heart and soul. Okay, you're not going to have any hypothesis that disagrees with experiment as much as the globe Earth does ever be proven to you. Okay, it doesn't exist, right? Neither do atoms, protons, neutrons. Just because you like the theories, okay? Viruses, germs don't exist. No one's ever found one. No one's ever said, here it is. No one's ever proven airborne contagions. These are all theories, meaning they don't exist. This is called science fiction. I want to be really poignant and clear because they use it across the sciences, period. Geology, everything's dated. Oh, it's 4 billion years old. Horseshit. Well, why would they lie, Lucky? Well, because they're using the heliocentric model to get their dating from. Do you not understand? No. I mean, I had a PhD astrophysicist ask me that one time. Do you think it's across the sciences? Well, it is. You can't see? That you don't understand that geology...
Hey, Yannick, welcome in.
Based on the heliocentric model, which Hubble's observation showed was incorrect? What did they do when Hubble's observation showed that the heliocentric model is completely incorrect? Okay? His observation, for those of you who don't know, completely disintegrated the heliocentric model again. What did they do? They said, well, we can either go with the observation or we can just fabricate some more theories. They fabricated a theory called dark energy, folks. That's not science. It's never going to be science. I'm sorry that so many fell for it. And the fact that so many fell for it is why so many still fall for it. That's all they have. They know nothing about their belief, except that lots of people also believe it. That is where we live, folks. The emperor wears no clothes. 1,000,000% in real time. I myself believe most of these nursery rhymes and fables were made up as mockery to us. And when I now hear the song, she swallowed a spider and we don't know why, I guess she'll die. I don't know if any of y'all ever heard that. I know an old woman who swallowed a fly. She swallowed a fly. Oh, I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. I know an old lady that swallowed a spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. But we don't know why she swallowed the fly. I do believe that's mockery of the globe Earth science, because that's what people have come to accept as science. It's literally that song playing out and described to you as science. Once you realize that it's across the sciences, I mean, there's just simply no denying it. That's why COVID brought a lot of more people to the truth, because they realized how theoretical science is being used to fool them in the field of medicine. Most of them are not ready to go, what? The Earth's not a ball? But of course the Earth's not a ball, folks. Of course. We have science to prove this to us, okay? And I want people to stop claiming that theories are real. They will never be real. If they are, they're not going to be called a theory anymore. That's your first fucking clue. But please stop believing in theories that you know nothing about. Please don't be a mental midget and claim that dark energy was discovered. Don't be a mental midget and say that we discovered the universe is expanding like a balloon. Don't be a mental midget. That is not science. You do not conflict scientific observations with wild, speculative theories and then claim them as reality. That is not science. That's how agendas have been pushed upon the human race. I cannot be any more clear and poignant than that, folks. And again, I wanted to remind y'all this was a part 2, and I really apologize for part 1 coming to an end. But anyway, I hope I spewed out something informative.
It happens, brother.
And helped somebody along the way. I did want to give a hat tip to that Glober for saying, electricity is a theory and it works wonderfully. I mean, hey, at least he wasn't repeating what he was told to repeat by, by the COINTEL
electrical theory
gatekeepers.
Fits perfectly.
Right? I'm like, hey, an original thought from a globe Earth believer. That is so rare, folks. So I did want to hat tip that guy, but no, he's confused. What he's referring to is electrical theory, which doesn't put into question the existence of electricity. It puts into the question the cause of electricity. But I'm here to tell you that that's not what it is at all. It's another example of an agenda being reversed engineered into theoretical science that can never be proven or disproven. And humans have been taught to think that that makes something real. If it can't be disproven, it's real. It can't be proven, dude. That's far more important than disproving it. This is where the globe Earth people are so confused. They can't prove their globe, so they're constantly going, flat earthers need to prove it's flat. No, folks, we don't need a photo. We have science.
The burden's on you. The burden of proof is on the globers.
To prove anything to you. You do not understand. You don't get to make something up like the globe Earth science fiction theoretical horseshit science and then say you can't prove it's wrong, so it's real. That's what humanity is living through. You don't get to make something up and say you can't prove it wrong, so it's real. That is how they easily manipulated the human mind into the position of accepting agenda-based propaganda disguised as science. There's no denying this, folks. You only are protecting and defending your own ignorance if you can't look across the scope of things. Or at this point, I've given you guys so many examples. I talked about the famous retired geologist from the Upper Peninsula, who talked about in his early form of the career, they were finding rocks that didn't make sense. They weren't supposed to be there. What did he mean by that, folks? It means they weren't supposed to be there based on the heliocentric hypothesis. This is how far it affects the sciences. That's what he was saying. There's no rule here on Earth that those rocks couldn't be there. It didn't fit the narrative, which is a false narrative. We know this now. Do you understand how easy it is to manipulate a scientist? He doesn't know he's being manipulated. He thinks he's on the right track. He literally said, we found this massive site with all these rocks that shouldn't be there. What does he mean by that? They don't fit the narrative given to us by mainstream science. It doesn't match with my education. So then he says, it took us years. We were we couldn't figure it out until NASA went to space. And then we started to understand more about meteors. And he said, then we realized what we had. Now, do you understand, folks? There was nothing scientific about this guy's path he never discovered why those rocks are there. Those rocks are there, folks, because we've been lied to about everything. You don't have to make up wackadoodle theories. I'm trying to show you how effective the heliocentric theory is on everything that is under the umbrella. This scientist's life was led by the heliocentric model that now we know is wrong, and we know why it's wrong. It's social engineering propaganda. Okay, it puts you on a prison, 6 continents. You can barely freely explore the 6 continents we got because they were real crafty and divided them all into countries. So you need permission from your fake governments to go to other countries and even move around these 6 continents. You cannot freely explore anywhere. Oh yeah, we can get in our boat. Yeah, you got your little playground. You ever wander outside your little playground in your boat? Yeah, you're going to meet the Navy real quick as they turn you around, okay? You can't even go out in Lake Superior. You go across the Canada line, okay? They're going to come and turn you around, or they're going to, pull you over. I mean, you can't even go to Canada in a boat without getting stopped. Oh, you're free to explore. No, you're not. But it all makes sense to you because you believe you live on these 6 continents. They're all contained, of course, because you live on a ball. The only extra land is out there in the sky because you fell for that shit. Those lights in the sky, those electric, clearly the stars are created by some form of electricity. The wandering stars, created by some form of electricity. We know this. It's clear as a bell at this point. Certainly there's no planets in the sky that anyone can walk on. And there's no land out there. If you start to pull your fucking head out of the sand, folks, you're gonna understand all of the basic reasons why the globe Earth propaganda has drove humanity right down the shitter. They got everybody looking out there for more land to save us from a problem that's not occurring, other than they're creating the illusion that it is because they're in control of the weather. And millions of people are still silly enough to not look up and notice that, yeah, it's 100 degrees in Mesa because they're making this cloud cover that doesn't let the heat leave at night, folks. We don't have our old environment where the blue, clear skies at night show us the stars and the heat can leave because they're layering it with heavy chemicals and holding the heat in so they can go on TV and tell you about global warming even though you don't even live on a globe. It's a giant pile of theoretical horseshit and nobody can figure it out because it's so gosh darn intricately woven and absolutely brilliant propaganda. And the whole shit show.
Like he's showing you how it's all kind of connected, right?
Period.
It's all connected.
Period. First mass vaccinations, early 1900s. Period. First fake pandemic, early 1900s. Television programming, universal images. Making a movie in 1913 called The Black Box about a television. And chapter 3 was called The Pocket Wireless. Really cool. And then The Cabbage Patch was the very first movie ever made about Cabbage Patch Kids, which was probably the answer they were giving all these children that popped up out of nowhere that they had been removed from their parents or created to be in incubators. Who knows? But wherever these children came from, my guess about the Cabbage Patch phenomenon, for any of you interested in that sort of real history, have dug that deep into history, my speculation is that would be the story they would tell the kids. A stork delivered you. You were raised in a cabbage patch, and a stork delivered you to mama.
I've heard about
but it is true that you could buy babies and have them delivered to your door by the U.S. Post Office until somewhere around 1910 or something. They stopped doing that. That's amazing when you think about it. But this is all how the new world was formed, folks. This is all new. And Hubble's observation, of course, taken for exactly what it is, was once again pointed out the real reality, okay? And for those of you who are familiar and comprehend the science surrounding the globe Earth, of course, there is only one correct answer, folks. It's not a debatable topic. The globe Earth doesn't exist. That's why it still can't be proven. It's a horrible hypothesis, but it is a wonderfully brilliant piece of social engineering wonderfully brilliant. Once you wake up to the fact that the globe Earth is not where you live, and you start to understand these 6 little continents here that we're all on is simply some kind of a project from these folks that they call the New World. And everything they say, they tell it right to your face. Just like Mark Rubio recently saying, we have inherited this great civilization. And the masses, woo, as if they're part of the we. Like literally, these guys can just get up there and tell you what it is, and the masses cheer. Yeah, woo! Like, hey, we're gonna have to program you guys all using radioactive activity that we're gonna send into your homes. And we really think this is such a great idea that we want you guys to go to the store and pay for these medical units that we're going to put in your living room, and then we're going to program you using that television. We just want, that's what we want you guys to do. Okay, that sounds great. I want one. Cool, man. I mean, still, folks, I got a lot of theories to talk about someday, but I try to keep it real on this. But I've told you guys before, man, my grandma, who I believe would have been 2nd generation, by the way, just so you know, if we are the incubator babies, and perhaps we're a creation. If we are the incubator babies, my grandma would be 2nd generation. That means fresh out of the box, essentially, okay? Because these would be genetic experiments, and whatever they put into that, she would be 2nd generation. I want you guys to understand this. I would be 4th generation out of the, if my ancestor's an incubator baby, okay? So when they were programming the 2nd generation, because I would see this on my grandma's coffee table, she literally had a book, because she bought the cheaper one instead of the television or the TV guide. There was another one that was cheaper or whatever. And it said, Guide to Television Programming. Sat on her coffee table. Because I want you to understand something here. If you guys followed the, I believe it was Minecraft that pointed out the movie The Island and how he believes it, meshes with reality. Now, his claim was that, he thinks that the island and the cloned people are probably the representative of the ruling class elite. But he also pointed out how important that propaganda was, because that movie's been made, I think, 4 or 5 times. Like every 10, 20 years, they make a new version of it. Not attempting to be the same movie, but they're telling basically the same story. And in the movie The Island, they make these clones, basically by genetic manipulation. So they're making these people. And the 1st generation cooperates just fine. And they literally put them in front of these screens and program them. And they put them through all the indoctrination. And the 2nd generation does fine. And the 3rd generation does fine. And the 4th generation, they start waking up. And it's not preventable because it's in their genetics. And I believe this is what people like to talk about, Project Looking Glass. I believe that there's, again, Project Looking Glass. Remember that they've let us know about it. If there was a project that happened that they didn't want us to know about, we wouldn't know about it. I look at everything that's released on the media in any form as they want us to know that. That's just me, okay? There's a reason for all this horse shit, and I think I know what the end reason is. It's how they're going to bring in the one world government. Everything's going to be such a shit fuck fest. The blinded masses are going to beg for one world government, right? And then there won't be no
Problem
war.
reaction solution.
You get it. All the lies will culminate into, yes, we submit. We'll let AI control everything if it means no more death. Okay, but anyway, well, now I lost my train of thought again. I truly lost my train of thought. Can somebody just yell at me real quick? Let me know what I was just about to say. Ah, dang, I truly lost my train of thought. If a Marlboro can't fix it, then jeez. Anyway, the television programming. Oh yeah, 4th generation. The 4th generation started waking up, but it was caused by genetics. So if we as a population are the incubator babies that we presumably know existed and there's lots of evidence to support that they existed, correct? If we are these incubator babies, that would make me fourth generation. Now, Project Looking Glass, yeah, no matter what happens, they're going to wake up. That would fall more in line with the incubator babies, and that we know by fourth generation they start to wake up. And then in the island, they told you the guy who made all the clones, he just flat out says what time it is. Time to kill them all. Fourth generation's waking up. It's time to kill them all. What they call.
I think I'm fourth generation, aren't I? Fifth, 1971.
Call a reset. Get it?
Yeah.
If you watch
It's the reset, mate.
the movie The Island,
People start waking up, they got to reset it.
the way I saw it. Okay, so if we're the incubator babies, I want y'all to know that I'm fourth generation. So some of y'all are probably fifth generation, and you can see what a shit show you're living through. Okay, so anyway, that movie
It's quite
was so
interesting, that
important
actually.
it gets made, and that story gets told over and over and over. I suggest you watch the movie The Island and pay close attention that why they explain the fourth generation starts waking up, asking questions, and smelling the deceit, and that is because it's in his genetics, the original genetics that they mixed their whatever they wanted to put in it to make this clone, but you still have your original genetics from your family lineage or whatever mixed with the female nucleus or whatever this, however they claim to have done that. Am I making sense? They knew in the movie Island, they figured out that the fourth generation starts waking up, and then the employees are like, so what do we do? What are we going to do about him? And he goes, time to eliminate them all. And they're like, what? No choice. Eliminate them all. We start over. Boom. So, you put that into a real world situation, and there you go. That's what you got. Anyway, I've rambled enough. Don't forget, this was a part 2. I hope you watched part 1 first. And there was something else. I never did talk about the moon landing, the fake moon trip that's going on that happened on April Fool's Day, ironically. Dr. Bassett also, I seen one of his shorts, and he had said it was about a news clip about a murderer that was a flat earther, right? It's all over the news. So first of all, that murder probably never happened. The whole story's probably fake. The importance of that story, because a guy killing his neighbor is never going to make the national news, folks.
That's willing there.
Folks,
like,
the reason it's on the national
low they're
news
willing
is
to
'cause
go.
they're saying he was a flat earther that lived in his
murdering
mother's basement. You get it? Because that's what they tell the blinded masses. The blinded masses are looking for anything to cling to protect their ego-based false reality that they've been living in for all of their life. They need more reinforcement as the walls are being knocked down to this fictional reality that was constructed for them to pretend to live in, for lack of better terminology. So it's what I'm trying to say here is it's no coincidence that murder story is on the air right now, showing some dirtbag looking guy. They're saying he smokes meth, he thinks the earth is flat, and he lives in his mama's basement.
Terrible,
That's
man,
the news story, folks.
That's crazy.
It's not a story about a murder. It's a story mocking people who might be on the edge of thinking they should maybe educate themselves as to what in God's green earth
Earthers are crackheads and they murder people.
with this
hell no, I'm not.
civilization we call humanity. So with
That's
all that
great.
said, that is no coincidence.
It's
that
not a
they're releasing
coincidence.
that story
Going on
about
there
the
with
meth
Artemis
head
and
flat earther that lives in his mama's basement.
They will
that
do
kills
this, though.
somebody
They
for
will
no
do this.
reason, for like smoking a cigarette or something. I don't know. I didn't watch it, folks. I can't tolerate that wicked shit, man. It's just disgusting. But that's no coincidence that was just shown, and then now you've got the fake Artemis launch, and of course, same thing we always see: a helium balloon, a lightweight rocket, clearly not a real rocket, but you can tell by how slow it travels, it's not a real rocket. It goes up in the air. You can watch it even on CBS's footage, but it's even better, more visible on the private footage, supposedly, that was shot from Titusville down the street. And I know that area well. I used to play Cocoa Beach, when I was on the road. And so I'm familiar with the layout. But you can clearly see the rocket just go up and curve and then start heading down. into the Atlantic Ocean, where we all know they are. And up here in Michigan, Lucky's gut and intuition has told you before, there's likely a few NASA rockets right down there where that Edmund Fitzgerald is supposed to be. Maybe that's there too? Ain't no need for it to be, though. It's a great story. Very hard to get a permit to dive on the Edmund Fitzgerald, the only place in Lake Superior where it's illegal to freely dive. And the only place in Lake Superior
illegal
where if you look at
to
the
dive?
NASA launch site from
Oh, right, because
Michigan,
it's yeah,
where
gotcha.
they actually claimed to launch a rocket into space from the tip of the Keweenaw Peninsula. You can just look at the map yourself and estimate where it would land. Knowing that they land in the lake, you can figure out where if it did this, yep, it's going to be right about where the Edmund Fitzgerald is laying. And my theory on the Edmund Fitzgerald, why it was either made to happen or pretended to be happen, because they might have actually sunk the ship there, who knows? But my theory on it is that those rockets went just slightly farther than they thought and landed in Canadian waters. It does, again, folks, none of this is rocket science. They want you to think it is. It's really all that simple. So you could take Lucky's gut feeling almost to the bank that there's a couple NASA rockets right there in that illegal dive zone. You're crazy, Lucky. Ask yourself,
Makes
who
sense.
can I help today? And go out there and
Can't
do it,
dive
y'all.
there.
Happy
You're not allowed
Easter,
there.
everyone.
It's, you know. Oh. I was going to save this one. How flat earthers saved millions of lives. This is Lucky's other one. I was going to save this, though, for next time. You guys can go and watch it any time you want. But we've only got 30 minutes. The other got two versions of that. Oh right, yeah, that was that's John Watson's version. Oh, we just play. I'll play Lucky. I was gonna play something else, but
Hey, YouTube, it's another perfect day in God's country, and I ain't lying. Wow, look at that. I tend to come in spurts, huh? Boy, that was a weird
pause.
thing to say. You know, I go...
Yo, Lucky, pause. Pause. The rephrase. Let's go.
away for a while, then I come back and make a bunch of videos in a row. I get inspired, and then it sucks me in. Then I watch a couple truth videos, and I'm right back in the dang game. But anyway, I promise I'll disappear just as quick as I showed up again.
I don't disappear again, Lucky.
Thank
you need to.
each and every one of you for taking yet a minute
Do a good listen,
out of your day, taking another moment out
People
of your
vibe
day
with you.
to hang out with me, Lucky Haskins, for yet another moment of truth. It is indeed another perfect day in God's country, and I ain't lying. All the way down to the tips of my nicotine-stained fingers, I can assure you that I will never lie to you, and that everything I say on this channel, and
Graham.
specifically tell you it's a theory, is 100%.
I'm sure I told you the cottage accidentally burnt down. It was just one day I was walking to the and it was just in just the foundations were there. It was just completely burnt down to a cinder. So unfortunate that.
Verifiable and correct. Thank you very much for that little housekeeping, listening to that little piece of housekeeping there. Now, today, I want to talk about something that's a little dear to my heart. My friend Shawnee B, thanks for the nice comment, by the way, brother. My friend Shawnee B had pointed out, oh, now look at that, man. I say thank you to somebody I completely
They were fire hazard.
lose my train of thought.
Yeah. I was gonna play another video from like way back, but I thought, nah, look,
I'm certain I'll wind my way back.
We've only got it's
What I
only
wanna
30,
talk about
25
today is
minutes to
something
go,
that has really
dude. So I
troubled
might
me
as well
for
just
quite
play
some
some.
time, and that is
Keep on with the
how
lucky
this
theme.
Tell channels pulling the wool over a bunch of innocent human beings' eyes. I mean, basically, folks, just being the biggest form of a dirtbag you could possibly be.
Yeah, it was the I had a big like library. I also had gas cans and petrol cans, and all oil and stuff just at the bottom there, and yeah, somehow it just caught a light. It was just unfortunately one of those things, Graham. You just can't help these things.
It's always mysterious to me how people can do this, but as we know, oaths have been taken, people have been compromised. This is our reality. And as we now know, as many of you now know, the flat earth community has always been owned and controlled by the same folks that own and control.
Hey Laura, I think I said hello. I hope you're well.
The quickest and easiest way to spot any COINTEL channel, of course, would be if they suddenly start
smoked a joint,
and
so
flip, because you can't undo truth.
that's my
Everybody
excuse.
knows this.
My excuse
That
is
is why there is no such thing as an ex-flat earther. If you think there is, well,
Facts.
you've been fooled as well. You can't undo knowledge, folks. You can't undo truth. You can't unsee what.
Jaren can though. Jaren can just undo all that and just suddenly hop back over to the globe. Hello, I'm back. Sending you a dick pic or two.
What you've seen. Truth doesn't go backwards. It doesn't work that way. You would like to forget about a lot of the things that you've learned, but unfortunately,
Yo, Dr. E, welcome in.
the truth
Hope
is
you're well.
a bitter pill, and I don't like the truth any more than the people who hate the truth so much.
You did
that they
hours
will
ago.
actually argue
Okay.
against the
I thought
facts
so.
that I laid down in my videos. So, however, something that really troubled me when we witnessed a COINTEL channel.
Have you ever smoked a
finally
pink
do
GMO?
the inevitable and sell out the entire community and
never.
flip and say, well, the whole thing was based upon a theoretical map.
Right, let's get back to Lucky. On
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We buy that 100%. Yeah. Okay. So when certain COINTEL channels flipped, then they started saying, and the flat earth has never done anything for anyone. Now, folks, you should, of course, right away, we know better. You should know, if you've listened to Lucky Haskins at all, you should know you are being propagandized by a brilliant propagandist who is fooling you, who has fooled you already and is trying to fool you again. And now is clearly pointing out who he truly represents and is spewing hatred like, what has the flat earth ever done for anyone? You guys are such idiots. Now, Lucky's here to set the record straight and talk about the millions and millions of lives that were saved by flat earthers and by people educating themselves and understanding the difference between a theory and reality. Oh yeah, sure, that's what Shawnee B said something about in my comment section. Maybe that's what I was going to say. I really forgot my first thought I was going to open up with. I just shoot from the hip, man. So whatever I was going to say to start this video, it's gone. But Shawnee B thanked me for trying to, articulate the difference between theory and reality to people, and I appreciate that, brother. But what I want to talk about today is I'm completely jumping over to another thing that I wanted to talk about for a long time, because of course, only a dirtbag would say something like that. What has the flat earth ever done for anything, for civilization or for humanity? First of all, we saved millions of lives. And I would say specific hat tip to the old guard. Without the old guard, the movement didn't survive. And the old guard suffered immense mockery, immense mockery, hatred. I mean, you have no idea what it was like to be telling people 13 years ago that they were wrong about their globe, okay? The old guard suffered, paid the cost with the front lines, so to speak, you know? In any war, the guys that go in first, they get hit the hardest, okay? The old guard were the first ones through the door and saying, hey, folks, we better snap out of the trance here, okay? So, I'm specifically trying to give a hat tip for the old guard, the longtime flat earthers, those who never quit, those who continuously put themselves at risk of all of these social hatreds and mockery and all the things that come with attempting to educate other people so that they may defend themselves against this high-level corruption, or at least identify what it is and try to do anything better they can in their lives, right, to correct the situation. And of course, you know, the number one, there's lots we can do. I don't want to get too sidetracked here. Y'all know I can wander all over the map. I want to talk about what the flat earth movement has done for the human race, which is far beyond even putting a price tag on or even putting it into words. However,
look up the strain banner, heavy hitter. I'll take a look.
That doesn't exist.
Delete.
Are constantly
what was it called?
Mocked and ridiculed.
Pink
even
GMO.
by the owned and controlled
Oh boy.
CIA news networks like CBS, CNN.
I'll check it out.
Fox, blah, 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 blah. All of them mock
Weed puffers, watch
anybody who's speaking any kind
Chills
of
has put
truth.
something in there for you.
And that's how they control the
Anyone that
masses,
likes a bifter.
through ego-based mockery. I've told you a million times, the number one proof of the globe, or the number one proof they use of the globe, is indeed mockery across the board. From the very first moment that you were taught about the globe, they added the mockery in. They said, people used to be so dumb, they thought the earth was flat. And the class is brought to laughter by the teacher. Been in the curriculum since I was a child, and it's still in the curriculum to this day. The mockery starts the moment you are introduced to the hypothetical theoretical model known as the heliocentric model. As soon as you're introduced to that religious movement, you are taught to mock anybody that doesn't want to blindly believe and follow along with the narrative. Okay, so the entirety of the globe earth propaganda starts with mockery, and all the way through, that's all they have. Since they have no science, it's just a theory. They use mockery to keep the people in line. The emperor wears no clothes in real time. I've told you a million times why they gave us the fable of the emperor wearing no clothes. They're literally showing us how this works and the human psychology attached to the brilliant globe earth propaganda. They knew it would work because of the mockery. That's why the emperor wears no clothes, even though it's told to us as a fable. That's why it's so effective. Once the people who see that the emperor is naked look around and all of their peers are saying beautiful clothes, because you were told if you're not a liar, then you will see the beautiful clothes. Liars cannot see the new clothes. So once humans look around and their neighbors and peers are all going, woo, look at them beautiful clothes, because they're all liars. So they're pretending they're not liars and claiming they see the clothes. Then everybody joins that because that's the popular pool. That's how the globe earth theoretical horseshit science works. Everybody knows it's globe. We've always known it's globe. Yeah. Right. This is why they mock it every day on television. They mock those who know the truth. This is why right before they did the fake Artemis trip to the moon recently, I can't believe that people still believe there are human beings in that nose cone on that giant thing, that huge firework that they launch that does this and goes right into the ocean right before our eyes. We can watch it go like this. And people literally believe there are human beings in that nose cone, that giant firecracker they launch off and tell humanity they're going to go into outer space and orbit the moon. So let's start with science. Flat earthers made huge improvements and strides in bringing what the masses would call mainstream science. This is what the masses mean when they say, we trust the science. It means they have no fucking idea anything about what science they believe, but their favorite television station told them, trust the science. But they're clueless about the science that they are told to trust. Now, I would say anytime somebody tells you trust the science, it's very easily correctable. No, whenever you hear the word trust the science, I highly suggest if that involves you somehow, you learn the science. Learn the science, okay? And learn to comprehend it. Learn the tricks they have used to teach you to believe in non-demonstrable science. Learn the tricks. Learn how they mock you if you don't believe a theory that can't be proven. Learn these basic fundamental tricks that they use on childlike minds to fool people. Okay, so I was trying to say about that flat earther guy murdering his neighbor. That's, of course, propaganda designed to go hand in hand with the Artemis mission.
Yeah,
again,
pretty obvious.
What is it they're using? Pure mockery. Nothing else, mockery. There is and never will be any proof of any theory that disagrees with experiment. It's wrong. So they have to use mockery to keep the blinded sheep latching on to this globe and snubbing their nose at anybody that tries to educate them regarding the theoretical science surrounding their hypothesis that they wholeheartedly were trained to believe in. A faulty model, obviously. So let's just start with the scientific advancements, okay? Because we know we can't beat the owners and controllers of this world own and control every channel. They own every journalist. They own every publishing company. They own every source of media. They own and control what you get to see, right? If I step over the line here, they'll delete my channel. They won't let you listen to me anymore. They won't let me speak, okay? There's limits to how much truth you're allowed to speak, period. And my channel's so heavily ghosted ever since I came on here and told you guys that the Netflix documentary Behind the Curve.
Yeah, Lucky's been ghosted heavily, isn't he?
Horseshit, COINTEL propaganda, and we should never fall for that. That's when my channel got seriously, heavily ghosted, and everything changed here. It's even difficult for some people to leave comments on my channel. They get sort of ghosted. It's just been a mess ever since then, which means I'm doing.
Why is this out of sync?
Something right. So let's get down to it. The scientific advancements themselves are staggering. The amount of damage control that mainstream science has had to do to the masses, to the blinded masses, to prevent them from being able to access true information or being pointed in the right direction and told what they should study and how they can learn about the theoretical globe model and theoretical science used across the board as disguised as science. Clearly, they lead all of this. Theoretical science is led with a conclusion. That's what theoretical science is. We have a conclusion that we desire. We want to tell everybody it's a ball. So they begin a process of reverse engineering, making up fabricated theories that could possibly make the model work mathematically in theory. Has nothing to do with reality. That's what theoretical science is. It's reverse engineered to meet a conclusion. It's not real science. So in the globe, it really just got disgusting because, of course, it disagrees with experiment from its inception. You don't even have to test the globe Earth hypothesis. Every human being knows it's wrong. It's wrong immediately when it's proposed. However, people have been so brainwashed and so much trauma-based mind control, and of course, the Rockefeller education system. If you take the time to research the people who invented the system and implemented the education system in the United States, and you understand some of the motives of these people, then you can clearly see where everything
We don't want free thinkers. We want workers
this stuff
or
exists,
something.
'cause a
Was
lot of
that
people can't
was that a
accept the truth.
quote? We don't want critical thinkers. We want workers or something like that. A quote out of the Rockefellers or Rothschilds or something crazy like that.
Because they can't figure out why. And I always, you know, like I said in the last video, I could sit here and try to explain to you why, but if you don't have the intellectual capacity to even understand the science surrounding your belief, you are not ready to even grasp why. The short answer when somebody asks you why would they lie, the correct answer is to create you. If right, you're going to sit here and tell me we came from apes and evolution is real and we're going to space and we landed on Mars and the people are on the moon and there's only 6 continents, they're all divided into countries and you're probably a Trump voter. And okay, they wanted to create you, but you bought into all of the indoctrination and all of the propaganda. So by design, this is why you can't figure out why would they lie? Because it's built into the propaganda that you can't think. You can't use your critical thought. And there's no more proof available to somebody than when somebody says, why would they lie? Why would they lie about the shape of the earth? Trust me, start with understanding the difference between a theory and real life, reality. In science, that's called experiment. Okay? Learn the difference between theoretical science and the scientific method. Learn what it means to disagree with experiment. You don't have to do an experiment to know something disagrees with experiment. Back to the globe Earth. Every human being, at least used to be, intelligent enough to know that as soon as it is even hypothesized that the Earth could be a ball, automatically somebody's going, well, that's
yeah, cool. Cheers, put a little comment in there.
1,000,000%. That's just
one of the
wrong.
few men left on
No,
YouTube
'cause we're
talking
gonna
good
make
old
up a whole
fashioned
shitload of
common
theories
sense without
to
asking for
pretend
anything
it
in
could be
return.
correct.
Nice
Why
one,
would you do this?
Lucky.
'Cause we have an agenda
stuff.
to push,
Good stuff, cheers.
and it requires this conclusion.
Ian's in there.
So I can't stress it enough, and I know my points don't get through all the way. Like when I was trying to explain to you, like, you know, these scientists
It's
like,
good
well,
comments,
so you
man.
think
It's got
all
some good
scientists
comments.
are in on it across the board. I was trying to explain to you this geologist who's retired in the Upper Peninsula. He may not still be alive, I don't know. But I was fascinated to hear him tell his story. And clearly, listen to this guy. It literally points out that he's using no science. He discovered nothing, never formed a thought on his own. He literally used the heliocentric model and the false...
I don't know why it's slightly out of sync. I've got no clue why. I don't know if it's the recording or this end. I'm not too sure. Guys.
And that was science. And it's not science, folks. What people can't grasp is that there is no unbiased science going on in this reality by the mainstream.
Hey, good morning, Gord. Hope you're well. Hey, Mouse, welcome in.
It's not allowed. Reverse
hope you guys are doing well.
Supports the desired conclusion is allowed, and many scientists do not have the intellectual faculties intact to relate that to an agenda. They don't know that they're pushing an agenda. They were just told, here's the conclusion. We need to theoretically come up with a way that we can promote this conclusion. That's how agendas have been disguised as science, and yes, it's across the board. The geologist guy, he's using information he got from NASA. Woo! Okay? Government information provided to you by your shadow, fake, faulty cartoon government is not science. Okay? So the geologist was never a geologist. He was a puppet of the system. What he was trained to do without him knowing it was to take his discoveries and reverse engineer them into a theoretical model and a historical narrative. Can you comprehend that? I know I'm trying to articulate this as clearly as I can. At this point, that is across the sciences. I've told you there's no more clear way to point it out than listening to the geologist himself. He never discovered anything other than some rocks that didn't fit the narrative. To then reverse engineer those rocks into the narrative, he had to use nothing but theoretical science. So the guy never discovered a thing his entire career, but he was an excellent puppet for the system without ever being in on it. He helped the system narrow the gap, create more theoretical horseshit to push a false scientific narrative and a false historical narrative. Now, to reverse it for you, real science would have been this scientist discovering these rocks and going forward and using his own mind to try to solve the issue. But he's not allowed to. He has to take into account the heliocentric model and the historical narrative fed to him. All false. Okay? So yes, folks, it is across the sciences because it infects everything underneath it. The globe Earth is the umbrella that holds all modern theoretical science underneath it and easily allows them to manipulate the population into anything they would like to see them do. You know, during the COVID hoax, there's no virus, nobody's getting sick. People that are dying is because they can't get their pneumonia properly treated, or they were put on a drug, that remdesivir drug, or however you pronounce it. Those are the two main reasons people died. A lot of the pneumonia was caused from wearing a mask, of course. You're suffering by sucking on your own exhaust. This is one of the ways that flat earthers helped so many millions survive, because you will, of course, everybody just thought we were crazy. Flat earthers won't wear a mask or take the jab. Is that because flat earthers are conspiracy theorists and they think everything's a lie? No, that's because a flat earther is not a conspiracy theorist whack job. Somebody who knows the earth is not a globe is somebody who intensely studied the science, and they understand the difference between theoretical science and reality. They understand the importance of demonstration in science, that if your science is not demonstrable, well, anybody can create any agenda they want and reverse engineer some theoretical science and tell you on television, trust the science, you buffoon, and put on your mask and shoot this in your arm. So flat earthers, of course, told people, look, their virus has never even been proven to exist. It's just theoretical horseshit. And of course, we didn't wear masks. We didn't let our families wear masks. Nobody injected anything in their arm. We didn't let our families inject it in their arm.
I didn't even put the hand wash on. That hand stuff that they try to make you put on when you went into play. I was like, nah, I'm not putting that on.
None of us got sick. We're all still here.
You don't know what's in that hand wash. They were, was it in there as well?
And none of us had heart attacks or blood clots over the next few years. As I watched, it's really sad, folks. But I live in a tiny little town. Two of my neighbors that if my windows were open could hear me right now. That's how close these two guys live to me. 2 fatalities from the COVID hoax because they wouldn't listen to any truth. Of course, they like their television. Okay. Well, the one guy had nothing to do with him. My dear friend Bill, what a great guy too. This is truly, of course, truly a give you the shirt right off his back kind of guy. Great freaking neighbor, my buddy Bill. Super good guy. Honest as the day is long. Like to have a cold beer. We're lucky and have a good time. Just a straight up great dude. Okay. He died because he was diagnosed in 2019 with bladder cancer, and they set up an appointment to have his bladder removed in February of 2000. When February came along, and he's like, at this point, he's pretty excited to get his bladder out of him because it's spreading. They canceled the appointment in February because of the fake virus. Okay, the theoretical virus. How about we just put it that way? Because of some agenda-based theory, they cancel his real appointment that was really needed, and then they reschedule it for like April or something. And when that comes, he actually drove all the way to Minnesota, drove 12 hours, at a hotel room and everything, and he gets there and they cancel it again. And of course, the hospital's a ghost town. Everybody's been laid off and fired and let go. No one's there, and he's told, "Oh no, your schedule, your surgery's not going to happen due to COVID." And the hospital, as you can see, is a ghost town. We don't have anybody to work on you, right? Okay, so they send him home. At this point, he's so pissed and so frustrated, he just said, "Screw it, screw it." And he sat in his living room chair and watched TV and smoked Marlboros for about a year, and then he died. And directly, folks, killed by theoretical horseshit propaganda. Directly killed. That's murder. That's murder if you understand the science. Most people do not, but that's murder. Now, my other neighbor across the street, diehard liberal, man. Vegetarian, liberal, blah, 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 blah. Super nice guy, though. His name was Richard. Well, of course, you know, the diehard liberal that gets all his information from the television. You know that they took the jab and all that. Well, not too long after getting the jab, maybe a year or two later, he had surgery on his shoulder, and the surgery went real well, I'm happy to report, and he came home that night and died of a blood clot. So, again, murder, but, who's gonna, right? The masses are on the side of the enemy. They don't want to listen to truth. They hate the truth, okay? With that, many people were killed by that horrific, corrupt propaganda nonsense, money-making scam.
Well, my brother and mum passed that time.
The scam was just so extensive, it's amazing. The control, just squats.
Absolutely connected. 100%.
So many. Man, there's still lots of businesses here in my community that never reopened after let's shut down for 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Now those mom and pop businesses are gone, and we got new dollar.
Right, cool. Right, guys. At that time, get the outro going. We watch the rest of Lucky next time, and I think there's another one down there as well. So yeah, loads of more Lucky. We're lucky to have Lucky. Let's get.
The greatest form of control is where you think you're free when you're being fundamentally manipulated and dictated to. One form of dictatorship is being in a prison cell and you can see the bars and touch it. The other one is sitting in a prison
Big shout out to everyone that come in today. I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Absolutely awesome.
Is mass hypnosis.
Big shout out to Shlo. Big shout out to Laura, Dan MC. Big shout out to Graham, Big Pine, Chillstar. Big shout out to Jax, Graham, Shlo. I think I said these already. I'm too high to do this right now. Godzilla, big shout out to Gord, Jim, Big Jim. Big shout out to Jack, big shout out to Dr. E, big shout out to Scotty, Chili, Dan MC.
And everybody's just walking around, head in the clouds, and wanna wake up to a dead in the grave. But then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end of the
Shout out to Jeff, Scotty Dog, Honor, big shout out to Honor. Appreciate it, guys, coming in. Awesome stuff. Laura, Jax, everyone. Yeah, have a great weekend. You too, God.
How could any government bestow that upon people who believe in political throwback? That's not all that I'm here to present you. I know about the Black Pope and Solomon's Temple. Yeah, about the Vatican.
No, Graham.
Barack Hussein Obama in a test tube. It's like we all know
not God. just a human being.
These motherfuckers, they controlling us now when no one's talking about how they made.
Just part human being.
And everybody's just walking around, head in the clouds, and wanna wake up to a dead in the grave. But then it's too late, we need to be ready to razor. Welcome to the end. Whoever built the pyramids had knowledge of electric.
Yeah. I'll try and get on there. I will try and get on there, Chill. As soon as he's live, or if I'm online and he's live, I'll come on there straight away. I haven't been in there since. You know, he sounds like an interesting chap. We've got some good vids up there, so yeah, I'll definitely be there if I'm online. Remember, I haven't got a smartphone or anything that goes online. I literally have to switch on a PC to come online. So pause to go online, right? So.
The ones that never told you about the skeletons on the moon. Yeah, the ones that poison all the food you consume. The ones that never told you about.
Thank you, Logical. Appreciate you, dude. Really appreciate you coming in, man. That's for everybody. Donald, big shout out to Donald. Shout out to Big Pine. Big shout out to Tarmo. Yeah. Just send the money. Just send the money to my email, Tarmo. Send me everything you got, right?
I suggest you open up your ears and you listen. It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave.
Massive shout out to Sherry. Sherry Ives in the house. Great to see you, Sherry.
And everybody's just walking around, out in the clouds, and won't awaken to a dead in the grave. But then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end of the day.
The greatest hypnotist on planet Earth is a oblong box in the corner of the room. It is constantly telling us what to believe is real. If you can persuade them that what they see with their eyes is what there is to see, you got them. Because they'll laugh in the face of an explanation that portrays the bigger picture of what's happening. And they have.
25 years I've been on the force. I've seen every kind of sick, depraved act known to humanity, and still, when I see a black man walk by who has more money than me, I want to vomit my gizzards right into the gutter. But why?
Hey, Hart, welcome. Welcome, dude.
Maybe
I'm
there's
just
a
shutting
big
it down,
blue ball out there
unfortunately.
that's mostly covered with water, and we're just going along for the ride.
I hope you're doing well, man.
Oh, this is Mo jingling balls in your mouth all day, every day. Hey, you tuned in to Fuck What You Heard Radio, where you can stick a dick in your ear and shut the fuck up, bitch. But anyway, we got your new K-Dot record.
The sun's coming out. Beautiful, the sun's just coming out, guys. Been miserable all morning. Just about to close it down, and the sun's out.
Been a corner like David Banner, I'm the owner of the marijuana aroma. You smelling, hit a donut, yelling, it's me, bitches. Who did it? I did it. Take them where they can't go. Like Planet Venus, leaning like a mad scientist. Laboratory bottles of empty Heineken, telling stories about the ones that came before me. Chinamen squinting inside because I'm blooded. Him, my shine is bigger than a striker lighting, and they like it him because I like to win. Never lose, put me on the pedal stool. Bet I pedal victories until I pedal off my shoes. Welcome to the Lion's Room. Challenge anybody home. Wanna try they luck, they get fucked up, and all you heard was ooh. Say hello to the little big homie, and your reality ain't realer than this, homie.
Yes. Awesome. Right. Right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. I will see you next time. I've been lurking for a while. Okay, dude. Appreciate you coming in, Hart, anyway. Great stuff, man. Big shout out to Tommy as well. I think I actually did forget Tommy. Right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. I will see you next time at 9:30 GMT next Thursday. Same as, I will be there. Have a good one, guys. Take care.